Hi guys, you're live on the Archie Luxury Studio. Here we go, guys. We are live. We're live, and I'm just getting my desk has been. I just got a temporary desk. My good friend Savran is doing some desk repairs after the burglars put paint and oil all over my desk. So thank you, Mr. Savran. Sav. His name is Ran Sav. Sav. Guys, let's run the intro and let's get this show on the road. Hey guys, it's Archie Luxury, and you are on the live stream show. It's almost in Australia. It's Friday. We're gearing in. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. In America, it's Thursday night. We're gearing up. This is the end of the year. Can you believe it? I got to tell you, 2022 was the best of times and the worst of times. Yeah. You know, I had some really good things happen to me, and I had some really shocking things. And that's how you roll with the punches. So, guys, Rolex. I actually just did a few videos on my Paul Pluta channel. And when I was in Sydney, I was talking to a few dealer friends of mine. I was talking to some dealers, And I'm not going to name names, but these are grey market dealers. They resell. They're not official ADs. And the interesting thing is, they said to me that they think the whole Rolex reseller program is going to fail. And I said, yes. Why is it going to fail? And very interesting reason how what they said to me. They said, look, do you realize the official ADs, they work on really big margins? Basically, a $20,000 watch, they're paying $10,000. They're selling it for 20 plus taxes. Okay, that's basically how it works. So massive margin. Guess what? On the secondary market, you don't have those big margins. Those margins are not there. It's really quite, that's the reality of it. So I got to tell you, realistically, you got to realize this. The margins, well, guess what? They're going to be a lot smaller in the secondary. Now, the thing is, these secondary dealers, see, they often don't have, big showrooms. They've got less expensive rents, less training, less advertising. And the problem is, guess what? You know what the problem is, don't you? The problem is the margins, they just don't exist in the secondary market. Sometimes these dealers in the secondary market, they can be down skinny margin, really skinny, 10%, sometimes less on a big expensive item. So if Rolex thinks that they can use the same model, I just see it as being a disaster, because the margins aren't there. They've either got to buy it cheaper than what other people are paying, or they got to add more margin and the prices will be way overpriced. Either way, it's not good business sense. Why do you want to enter into a low margin business? And that's the problem. Now, someone's just put there, nothing wrong with 10 to 20. Yes, you're right. Nothing wrong with 10 to 20. That's a healthy margin. However, when you have premium costs, see, these aren't normal retail spots. They're the most expensive stores. They are, Rolex is stipulated, you can't even be in a mall or a strip. You've got to be a corner prestige location. That's so expensive. The rent is horrendous. Now, okay, you might say, well, there are some businesses that have premium locations that do well. McDonald's. But do you really want to turn this into a burger flip? A combo meal deal? See, McDonald's is bums on seats, high turnover. It's always ticking over. Selling a luxury watch isn't quite the same. So in many ways there, I see this being a total disaster. Total disaster. It's just fluff and hot air. I got to tell you, the other thing is too, I did a really good review yesterday on our good friend, what's his name? Strider. What's his name? Strider GMT. Young guy. He works hard, does the overtime. He's just a good, honest worker bee. Okay? He's adding into things. Good, honest worker bee, right? Nothing wrong with that. We need worker bees in our society. And he thinks he can. He thinks he can. He thinks he can. He thinks he can walk in there after buying 2 lousy watches and get a sermon. And I don't know what it is, but so many newbies feel the same way. So many newbies feel the same way. Good comment coming up here. It's like a pawn shop. eBay is low margin. Yeah, but eBay doesn't have to hold the stock. They're working as a brokerage firm. Okay? eBay doesn't have to buy the stock. They don't have to service the stock. They don't have to guarantee the stock. Oh, I haven't pinned a link. Shit, I didn't pin a link. My God, what am I doing, Arch? Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Get on the stream. Danny, let's get Danny on here. That's right. I haven't pinned a link. A link. It's a Christopher Ward on a NATO strap. That's what we need there. We need some NATO strap questions. That's what we need. And I got to tell you guys, this is interesting. Now, let's talk about 2023. 2023. What's it going to be like? And I got to tell you, 2023, the fundamentals ain't so good. Did you hear about China? Half the population has COVID. Yeah, see, they had that zero COVID policy. That didn't seem to work that great. Speaking of working great, we got Danny.
How's it going,
Christopher Ward on a NATO strap. Give us your Christopher.
It's Christian Ward in a NATO strap.
Hey, Danny, we love you. Oh, you're wearing what's that? It's a plastic shirt? Where did you get that from?
My good friend Sovereign, mate. Trip me.
Holy shit, I love it. I might need to get that as merch.
Says missing.
Have you seen plastic? That's so cool, man. That's so cool. That's so cool. I love it. How are you going, Danny?
Yeah, all right, mate. What about you?
What's that Louis Vuitton behind you? You're a bit of a classy geek. What's that? Explain, please.
You're fucking an eye like an eagle, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's just an old suitcase.
Beautiful. That's nice. He's a classy geezer. You're a classy geezer? So tell me this. You've got the gold tooth. Could I ask you about that?
Yeah, of course you can.
So what happened? Tell me. That's a crown or what is that? What happened? Tell me the story.
It's implants. It's 2.
Oh, I see. Now, what happened to your original teeth?
They just fell out. Kissing too many girls at school, mate.
Okay. So then you got, this was expensive. Implants are not cheap.
Yeah, $8,000 it was.
Ooh. And what made you go for gold? Why not?
Why not, yeah.
You loved it since then?
Yeah. I've had them in for like 10 years or something.
Yes, that's beautiful, man. And just 1 minute, Uncle Jonga.
Yeah,
£1.80. Let's talk embezzlement hard questions. There we go. I don't know what he's referring to there.
Tickers and embezzlement, mate.
Who's embezzlement? What?
Tickers doing embezzlement. You know what I heard?
What happened?
Something about do you know what? I don't even know the story. I just heard words and I just carried on to have a laugh.
What happened?
Someone will inform you in chat. I don't know. I just heard someone saying it, so I dragged it on.
Tickers is pretty honest guy. I never had any. Look, I know he doesn't.
He's a fucking miserable little cunt. That's what he is, Archie. Come on, let's not be fake.
I like to be positive. I'll be honest with you. I met Tickers. No bullshit. I did meet Tickers, and I thought he was a lovely guy.
He used to be, and then he got his fucking 1,000 hours in and fucked everyone off once he got monetized. Tell me I'm wrong. He fucking did a short over there, Archie, yeah? Casual hangout. casual hangout, yeah? Anyone can come and have fun. He didn't even fucking drop a link. No one come on it. So,
Oh, sorry about that. I just took a photo of the merch. I'm just going to send that to Sov. I'm gonna sell those in my shop. You know, I'm gonna. That is so fucking cool. You know what I mean?
Well, I had an idea of getting it made, yeah, and I didn't have a fucking clue how to do it. So I spoke to Sov. I said, Sov, I want to get this made, but I fucking don't know how to do it. And he just says, leave it to Sov. And then
I love Sov. You know what Sov's doing for me? Sorry, let me just talk quickly. I got to get this next super chat. Anthony Napolitano, $2. Lux and Dungeon members are talking about you. That's okay. That's okay. There's no problems. I had to talk to Lux last night. We're okay. It's okay. There's no problems. Hey, relax. Relax. I don't know why everyone gets so hostile in this period. What's wrong? Tell me that. Can you tell me that? What's wrong? Why are they hostile? What's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. Can you tell me, Danny? What's wrong here?
It's because you come on over there, didn't you, in the mood?
Sorry?
I said it's because you come on over there in the mood, didn't you? Started flipping out. I think maybe that.
Look. You know what? Life is short. Just you know, I got nothing. I got nothing against tickers.
It's not as short as fucking tea and tickers, though, is it?
Sorry?
Life's short, but tea and tickers is shorter.
You know, I kind of, the poor guy beat cancer. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah, actually, let me just stop you there. Yeah. No, he beat cancer and that. So if you beat cancer, would you not think everything in the world just fucking funny then? Because you've beat cancer. Everything else is a fucking joke. I would.
Yeah. I kind of
get cancer subject, like. But if I beat cancer, everything in my life, I'd take it just as a joke because you've beat the biggest battle, haven't you?
Yeah. I look. I don't. Lux and Dungeon members are talking about you. Where are they talking about? I don't understand this nonsense. Look. I try my best. You know that, Danny? I try my best. I try and do some stuff. You know, it hasn't always been super easy for me. You know, it's been a difficult time. This year has been extremely it's been difficult, but what do? I can only try my best, mate. You know, I can only try my best. And that's the thing. I don't really want to be negative. You know, I met Tickers. He gave me a cup. He gave me a cup. By the way, the burglars didn't take it, by the way. But he gave me a cup. He was actually a perfect gentleman when I met him in London.
No, he used to be sound, mate. And then I think personally, once he got to 1,000 hours and he got monetized, he just fucked everybody off.
Yeah, but that's not a formula that's gonna make you succeed, is it? Do you reckon that's gonna work for you?
Well,
the whole point of these shows is it's fun. Do you understand?
Exactly. That's me. Exactly. It's just fun to me.
You understand? Like, I had a shit day today, right? I started off a shit day, right? I'm arguing with my son. He wants to go to his friend's place in 20 minutes, right? And I said, mate, I can take you before the show. I can't take you in the middle of the fucking stream I'm doing. I've got to fucking do the show. So then he asked his mum. His mum's been working fucking night shift. And I said, don't take him. I'll get an Uber for him. It's only, you know, it's everything. I have a fucking, so, you know, you have these arguments. Nobody fucking listens, right?
Yeah.
And just quickly, next super chat, Anthony Napolitano, $2. Archie, You could be as big as Scotty Kilmer. I love Scotty Kilmer's the American car channel. I love Scotty Kilmer. He's very, very, very good. I love Scotty Kilmer indeed. Look, I try my best, Anthony. At the moment, the headspace, it hasn't been good. Danny, you understand. I mean, I can't just instantly be happy. You understand?
Yeah, but I think you should just do a lot more fucking about shows and get back to how it used to be, rather than being fucking depressing, mate. 'Cause it has been fucking depressing.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No. I'm not saying about that. I mean, as in the show, there's just seems like there's been no drive in it for a while. Whereas
Oh, we got drive.
Yeah,
we got drive.
We need some fun in it, but we need more fucking about. Look at yesterday's show. That were a laugh, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had good fun, didn't we?
Exactly. I mean,
Uncle Jonga, £1.80. He gave me a Christopher Ward on a NATO strap. I'll get you to read that there.
Uncle Jonga, £1.79. Oh, that'll buy bird feed for our kids. He gave me a Christian Ward on a NATO strap.
That's good. That's good. I got to tell. Oh, Hyper Freak. Here we go. Hyper Freak, $2. Me, Philippe, Hig, Lux, and Crap love the AC3 Viper Eyes. There we go. Me, Philippe. Oh, that's, yeah, okay. Hig, Lux, and Crap. There we go. Look at that. We got some nice. He's a good guy.
Yeah, top lad looks. I like looks.
I got to tell you.
I wonder if Hyper Freak knows where this guy is.
Let's have a look. Now, let's have a look here. It's some interesting stuff there. By the way, I want to talk to you, right? You've been around the block a few times. What industry are you in, Danny? You don't have to say what you do. What do you do?
Just make money, mate.
Okay. He's your grifter. So tell me this, right?
Go on.
You have a few Rolexes yourself, right?
Yeah.
What chance is there of getting a watch at retail for newbies?
2 seconds. I don't know.
It's less than zero. It's less than zero, Danny.
Yeah, you have to play these games. I've been on waiting list for a bluesy for about a year now. So I don't know. It's all changed now, isn't it? But then again, it might change back now because money is not as as frequent now, is it, for people? So now they've dropped it market a bit.
Yeah,
people might end up having a better chance of getting some.
But I mean, realistically, it's kind of sad that they lead you on. The dealers don't tell you, hey, you buy this, you can get this. They don't tell you honestly. They say everybody's journey is different.
Yeah, it's just a bullshit answer, isn't it? It's a politician answer. They don't give you an answer. Exactly. They give it, they say to you, like some companies are saying, you have to buy this much jewellery to get on this so we can consider you. What happens if you buy all that jewellery and they said to consider you? And they might turn around and say no, and then you're stuck with loads of shitty jewellery that you don't want.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. Just be straight. If they just said, look, mate, you're going to have to spend 15 grand, whatever you spend, to get what you want. You'd appreciate it. You might not like to wear it, but you'd appreciate it better because you know where you stand, don't you?
100%. 100%. That's exactly right there. We got a super chat here from my good friend Timepiece Esquire. $5. $5 Timepiece Esquire. AC3. Now he's okay. AC3, you should have seen how much fun Diego and Boston Collector were having today in NY with Tim, Bersha event, Dan Katz dinner, etc. You feel left out? Not really. No. A Berkshire event, that'd be OC would have organized that, because he's a huge, he bought Berkshire. Berkshire does something else. They make you buy their in-house watches, right?
What's that? Sorry, I missed that.
They make you buy their in-house stuff.
Yeah, just shite, don't they? Just sell you shite.
And fuck, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, you got to buy this, you got to play the game with them. You have to play the game.
It's nuts how it's gone though, isn't it? Because I mean, a few years ago, everything went in window, and you could go in and say, like, well, get a discount, couldn't you? Now you can't even get the bastard.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's exactly it. It's it is pretty vicious like that there. And we've got another super chat. Timepiece Esquire, thank you, Timepiece Esquire. AC3, do they have safe deposit banks in Australia? I mean, safe deposit boxes in Australia. Actually, what is happening is they're closing them down. I'm in Brisbane. I've got one at the Commonwealth Bank. And I got to be totally honest with you. It worries me, okay? Obviously, you know what happened, Timepiece, with me. I fiked it up. But they have security boxes, but NAB has closed down. That's one of the big banks, one of the 4 big banks. NAB, they actually out of the business. And Westpac is grandfathering it. So basically, you can't get a new box at Westpac, but as people die and close, they're not renewing them. So in my country, they're really closing that sort of shit down. The banks don't want it. A lot of banks would rather sell you life insurance. They want to sell you stuff. They don't want to do those traditional banking services. So it's a different era, if you know what I mean. So it's a different thing. But I've got a safety deposit box. I've got some, well, my watches that I am not wearing. Any watch I got my Speedmaster, and I've got that Reverso in there at the moment just for safety. So that's what I have done. Okay, here we go. Esme Watson, $8. Hey Arch, congratulations on your big win in the 100 million Powerball draw last night. Okay, I didn't know there was a. Did I? How did? It's the first I've heard, but hey, if you say so, beautiful. I could use a little bit of money. Esme Watson. Esme Watson was a character on A Country Practice, a long-running drama in Australia. Esme Watson. Timepiece Esquire, $2. What's better, Morris Grossman or Bluesy? $2. Look, they're different. They're different animals. That's like saying, what's better, a Range Rover or a Mercedes? Different application. One's a dress watch, one's a sports diver. They're both quite beautiful. One's a big name, Rolex. One's more independent based. So they're actually both pretty good watches. And it depends on your application. I wanted something I could wear every day. I'm actually thinking of going one and done, Danny. What do you think of that?
You won't go one and done though, because you've had so many already. You can't go back to that.
Okay.
Because you'll get one and
we'll talk about that. We've got another super chat from Hyper Freak, $5. Inaugural Brisbane Bluesy Brothers Lunch Club meetup Wednesday. Blue Dials Unite. Delta Force 1, 2, 3, and 4 dials Bluesy Brothers forever. That sounds good, Hyper Freak. I'll pick up Sov. Let's go to that hotel that I frequent a bit. Okay, we'll talk about it off air because it'll be safer. I'm actually looking forward to seeing you guys. I'd like to see you guys. You know, one thing, Danny, can I tell you one thing? I had a lot of really good friends. You know that, Danny?
Yep.
My friend Dave, he's been amazing. He chipped in for the Amiga. He's trying to keep my mojo going. He's really a good guy, you know?
Yeah.
Like he said to me, I don't have the money to buy this Bluesy, okay? He said,
Yeah.
give me a little bit of money. Give me your Explorer and I'll let you take this and pay me back. And he said, when you finish paying me back, I'll give you the Explorer back.
You can't say fairer than that, can you?
I mean, isn't that nice or not? What do you think?
Yeah. I think it's lovely. I prefer that one, the 40mm one. I like the gold font on it.
Look, I'll be honest with you. There are pros and cons to both.
Yeah, I like both. But
oh,
yeah,
we got another super chat from Timepiece Esquire. We're missing out here. $5. What were you doing before your trip that made you so busy that you neglected to put your watches in your safety deposit box at the bank, aside from abusing Tim? You know, Timepiece, I have asked that question myself. And one of the biggest critics in this is not the punters, it's myself. 100%. I was a dickhead. I fucked it up completely. Timepiece, you're right. I was an idiot. And I've paid the ultimate price. Okay? I've paid the ultimate price. And speaking of ultimate prices, hello, Jero Pow. How are you?
How's the feeling with the subby, Arch? Tell me.
Hey, just very quickly, Saber, Mark 42, £5. Hey, AC3, I'm planning a two-piece collection. 214270 Mark II Explorer and a dress piece. I'm thinking 3923R. Thoughts on alternatives? No reverso, ha, ha. 3923R. What is this? 3923R. What is this watch he's talking about? It's a Patek. The only problem I see with this watch, you know what the problem is? I'm going to call this watch up in a minute for you. It's a 215 based watch. I suspect it's a little small. Okay, I'll be honest with you. It is a little small. It's 33 mil, I think. Look at this. And I got to be honest with you, as a dress watch, I think it's too small. Beautiful dial, beautiful proportions, beautiful watch. I'm sorry. I think it's too small. I think you buy it. It's still big money. It's not cheap. $17,000. That's not cheap. I would say to you, seriously, Saber, I'd get a 5196. I think that's the cutoff. $5196 is the cutoff. And $5196 is the cutoff. And I think it's too small. Saber, please, you can get for the same money. You know, I'm not paying much more for a 5196 Aussie dollars. I'm not paying much more. Get the 37 mil. It's too small. This is too small, okay? I love you, Saber. The Explorer 1 is a great piece. Great piece indeed. Now, let's talk Jiro Pow. How are you?
I just came back from my workout. I'm feeling great, Archie. Feeling great. It's so good to be in a good shape. that I can tell you. Health is everything nowadays.
Yes, I know
So, how is
exactly.
the feeling with the bluesy? Show us the bluesy.
Look, I got to tell you, it's an interesting watch. Okay, it is very interesting.
Yes.
I think I dinged it into the gate yesterday, but that's okay. Look, the bluesy. Danny, you were talking to me before about this. Do I prefer the 40? The funny thing is, Danny, you know my brain, right? No matter what I own, it's always the best.
Well, I like I say, I prefer 40. I like the clasp better on it, and I like the font better on it.
You know, the other thing I really like it because I owned the 41 before.
Yeah.
I really, it doesn't have the noisy rotor. The new 72-hour rotor is actually noisy.
Yes, yes, it's on my day just. It's the same movement. It's just really noisy.
Yeah.
And I just wonder why. The 41 mil and the new Datejust 126 have the same reference, the same caliber.
Yeah.
And it's pretty noisy, yes. But Arch, may I ask you something? So you took your flight back to Brisbane. Tell me, were there some woman asking your number after seeing the bluesy on your wrist? Just privately, come on.
Between you and me, actually, my flight was cancelled. I was supposed to catch a 5 o'clock flight back. I ended up being a 9 o'clock flight because they cancelled the flight. Can you believe that?
You didn't have luck when you came in to Sydney, and then the flight back was not your day. Firstly, it was a holiday day, so you have to wait for one day before he brought it to you, and then you had to pick another flight. Yes, but it is what it is.
It is
this
what it
year
is. Look,
is definitely not yours.
You know,
Let's go.
2022, I had some fantastic. I got the car. I went over to England, America. I had some many fantastic things, but also one of the most horrible things of my life. And yeah, it is difficult, you know. I'll say that to you. But
So
look,
any woman asking for a number after seeing the bluesy, or a stewardess maybe?
it's too early. It's too early. It's too early. But I haven't really been in the mood. Okay.
I understand that.
You know. Can I tell you something? Right. Let me say one thing to you. Yesterday, I wasn't. Danny, I was actually really anxious yesterday.
About what?
You wouldn't believe. Can I tell you this? No bullshit. I'm going to
Go
tell
on.
you. I was fucking anxious, right? Anxiety was plaguing me, right?
Yeah.
I didn't feel comfortable having the Reverso and this watch at home. I had to get the Reverso into the bank safe.
Yeah, but that's because what's happened, innit? You want to keep it.
And I put the papers in as well. All the watches I have, if I've got papers, they're in the bank safe as well.
Yeah,
and
well, if you're not wearing them, that's you might as well, aren't you?
Well, but I was anxious until I didn't understand it. I was so anxious until I put them in the safe. Does that make sense, or that's crazy?
No, it makes sense, doesn't it? That's why you've got a safe. If you're not wearing them, there's no point leaving them about, is there?
Well, I was just Jiro. Can you believe that or not?
I absolutely believe it. I absolutely believe it. I think you should seek help, psychological help. I'm not kidding. Just couple hours, couple sessions to get away from your anxiety, from your fearness. Yes, because I mean that's a big loss. Many watches, your time life collection, and it's a tragedy. Okay. So I fully understand you, and I know you're not kidding. You're not just saying this. Oh, I was angry. I fully understand that you're anxious. Fully understand that.
Yeah, yeah. I yeah, yeah. It's very, very tricky there. So I got to tell you, what do I think? I like it. You know, Giro, I'm thinking of what do you think of being a one watch person? Yes or no?
One watch, at least two. At least two. I would say one sport steel for any occasion, and then more for the dressy side. Okay, but they just would be nice. A day would be nice.
A bluesy? Would you wear a bluesy to a dressy occasion? You would, wouldn't you?
Of course, yes, I would. I fully would. I have the Milgauss to fit it for the green. Okay, green tie, green socks, green shirt, or something like that. Green shoes. Yes. The bluesy, if you have a blue shirt, jeans, perfectly fit. It has to fit your style, okay, and the color. If you're in the black suit, why not take a Calatrava with a black dial or white dial and black leather?
Saber, Mark 42, £2. Giro is being too nice. We need more trafficking. What does he mean, trafficking? What does that mean? What's he talking about?
Trafficking, maybe Russian girls to Australia or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Look. Giro was trying to help me get some spark back in the show. We were sinking. And me and Giro were having a bit of a joke. Come on, guys. Giro is just such a very good man. He just wants to help the pontiff, okay? So I got to tell you, this is what happens at times, okay? Don't be upset. Giro's my good friend. He does anything to help me live up the show. So, don't think everything Giro says is 100%. Sometimes he does say things for comic relief. Now, I want to ask you, okay?
Tell me.
Giro, would you ever cut down the watches? Maybe it's time. We're getting into difficult times. Did you see that China has got COVID running rampant? Did you see that?
Yes, it's going for a while, I guess, for maybe 1 month or something. I see this over and over again in the news, in the German news. I'm not surprised by that, but you never know what's going on there. Okay, the press is rigged. Okay, the press is they have no real press. Okay, it's a state press, so you never know what's going on. But they have some troubles. I guess so. But it is what it is.
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying. We've got a super chat here from Alexander G, 5 Swiss francs. And Alexander G is saying, can you please do my paid review? I paid $100 on PayPal 1 October already. I sent it again. My email starts with BBDO, PayPal. Okay, sorry, let me just double check this. I'm going to just get my piece of paper off the floor and I'll check it. 1 minute.
BBDO sounds like this brand company, the marketing company, famous one. Was it your corporate email, Alexander G? Or was it your private email? BBDO. It's definitely a marketing company, one of the biggest. One of the most prestigious. Hey, Marcelo, what's going on?
Devo? You hear me?
Yes. How's life?
Regarding life is cool. It is good.
I'm just trying to find this, Alexander G. You got to help me find it. Please, 1st of October. I thought I did the October one, but let me have a look here. 1st of October. I'm just double checking. So I've got a system in place, Giro, so I can double check.
BBDO is a marketing company. Could be his corporate email.
My email starts with BBDO. Let's have a look.
Actually, I need to go, mate, but I'll try.
Hey,
Come back.
thank
try
you
get back
so
on.
much for coming on.
Well, you were on your own, so I thought I'd come on and
Hey, I
show
really
you my
do
picture.
appreciate you coming
Danny,
on.
we love you.
Cheers, mate. I'll try get back on in a bit.
I'm just trying to find this. It was paid on the 1st of October. Ah, Felix. Ah, Felix. Felix, look at this. No bullshit, okay? It actually says emailed. I emailed you because I couldn't find this thing. I emailed you on the 11th of the 11th asking where's your review because I couldn't match it up. I couldn't match it up with your name, okay? Because you have a look here. I've actually put on this form emailed. I've emailed you because I couldn't find it. I couldn't find your payment. I couldn't match it up with because your name is different than the person who paid this is different to your name. And I couldn't find it, Felix. So if you could send that, let me send it immediately and I will get it printed out and get it done for you. I couldn't find it. That's the problem. If I can't find it, I did send an email on the 11th of the 11th. Okay? And I got nothing back. So that's what happened with that one. So
next super chat, Arch.
Yeah, please send it now and I will print it out because I'm just trying to send it immediately, okay?
What are the plans for the New Year's Eve? Are you celebrating? Are you streaming? Are you going out with your family?
I'm going to be streaming with you people. That's what I'm doing. Streaming. So it starts, the email starts with BBDO. I'm going to find this. I'm going to do it now. BBDO. See, I couldn't match this sucker up. BB, it's not even coming up now. BB, you got to send me. We got Mike the Snake on. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Archie, I'm on my
Mike,
phone.
hey. What's up?
Hey, beautiful.
You guys want to hear my Ducati fire up?
You betcha. Let's get that Duke. Oh, you got a nice house, Mike.
It's dirty as all get out, but yeah, it's a nice house. There's my beauty, and
Yes, sir.
you guys.
Mike, where is your 335i?
I sold that.
I sold it.
You sold it? When?
Yeah. Remember, I sold that, and my mother gave me this Nissan Cube. So that's
just 1 minute. I'm just going to grab this super chat. Swinging Kangaroo, $5. To be real, I've not met a person who is deep into the hobby, turning into one watch wonder kind of a person. And to whoever can, I envy you very much. Ooh, Swinging Kangaroo. And we got Peppy. Peppy says everyone should watch the ArchieLuxury live stream. Thank you, Peppy. Thank you, Peppy the Nuts. Thank you, Peppy. So getting back to that super chat there, send me the details immediately. I cannot find it. And I type in the name, it actually brings up
Looks dangerous. Any bike is dangerous.
Oh, this bike is dangerous. It's fun though. Get a little light on the subject. And It's one of the most beautiful Ducatis ever produced. Okay, here we go. Plug your ears.
Jesus Christ, Archie, the only thing holding this desk together is fucking microphone spittle and ejaculate.
Sorry, what's that? What's that, Sov?
The only thing holding this desk together is microphone spittle and ejaculate from
Is
you
it that
rubbing one
bad?
out to ladyboy videos.
Is that bad? Is it that bad?
It's not fucking good, mate.
I paid a lot of money for that desk, you know?
They saw you coming, big boy. They saw you coming, mate.
Was it just shitty put together, you're saying to me?
I'm just bracing the leg for you. I got to get back to work, big boy. Got to get back to work.
Yes. Can you show them what you've done there, please? Now, this is Sovron has fixed my desk. He's fixing my desk. It was damaged by the burglars.
How cool is that?
Was it really that bad, Sov?
Well, here's the ejaculate stain here.
Yes.
All right. And here's the spittle stain. This is from the lady's boy's ass here. And here's some luxury red ink. And yeah, it's this fucking mess. I got to get back to work, boys. See ya.
Nice.
Thank you. Look,
Archie, I'm going to log off on the phone and log on
let's
to
have
the
a look.
stream.
Wow, this is your house, Mikey.
Yeah, it's not much to look at right now. It's kind of a single guy's slob mess, you know. It's not very. It wouldn't impress any women. I'm gonna log off on the phone and log on the computer here. Okay.
Yes, sir. Please do.
Okay, so I'm gonna figure out how to kill this. What do I do here?
And I have just printed out for my good friend. I have printed out that request. I'm allocating you a number for this job. That's what I do. I allocate numbers. I got to allocate a number. I allocate a number to the job, see? That's how I do this. Allocation of numbers. That's what I do. Who we got here? We got somebody waiting in the room. We got the snake is back. Snakey, how are you?
Here, look what I can do.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm back.
He's back. The snake is back. So I got to tell you, I've actually found that ticket. Thank you so much. 17. I am actually going to be making that video for you. So that's what happened. I don't understand why you didn't respond to the email I sent on the 11th of the 11th. That's where I was chasing that up. But
are you talking to me, Archie?
No, this was to
Felix.
Guy.
He just answered you via super chat.
Oh, he did. Felix.
Did you hear the motorcycle?
No.
You didn't
Bob
hear
Hatfield. We got a super chat from Bob Hatfield. Hi, Pontiff. A surprise package at your PO box now. Yes, I will go and pick that up there, Bob. Thank you so much. Jim Collas, $3. Start her, Mike. And we got Alexander G. I sent it again. Yes, I got it. I got it. Thank you. I don't understand why. 22 QC 19 is the number. Okay, I'm just doing that now. So I have a tracking system where I can find out whether I've done it or not. So that's how we checked it. So I'm really happy. What I'm really happy about is with my system, it told me that I had actually tried to contact you. I couldn't find the paid review. That's why it wasn't done, because all the October ones should be done. And I'm actually getting back into work mode. I am getting into work mode there, Mikey. Mikey, I do like the bike. So tell me this, decluttering. What do you think of decluttering, Mikey?
Decluttering?
Decluttering.
Oh, decluttering. I think it's a good thing because I have a problem with clutter.
Yeah, I have a problem with clutter too.
Yeah, shit just send, you know, like, oh, I'll throw it on you know, here's a spot on the shelf, and then it just never moves again. You know, I should periodically do a spring cleaning and really kind of go through stuff that I haven't touched in a year and just chuck it or whatever. The things though that I mostly save are tools. And so even though it's clutter and I haven't touched it for a year, as soon as I get rid of a tool, I'll turn around and need it the next day. So tools I never get rid of.
Tools are very good.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all I own anymore. I don't have any. The only fun stuff I got was that hunting utensil that I got to. So that was more of a sideways move with bonding with my brothers, because I had so much fun on that hunting trip with them. It was just kind of like, oh, I got to do more of this, man. I got to hang out with my brothers more. I mean, I have not spent enough time with my brothers, and this is the way to do it. They go hunting all the time, and so that's how I do it. Is go hunting with them, and you know, I tag along. They've got everything paid for, you know, just and now that I don't have that little dog, I don't have, all I got to do is fucking, you know, take my valuables somewhere, you know, some else, put them in the bank or whatever, and lock the house up and fucking walk away, and I don't have shit to worry about. And you know, before I had the dog to, you know, deal with and somebody to come feed it or whatever.
Rocco Sales, some advice. Alexander G, quickly, 2 Swiss francs. I just sent it. Yes, I've got it all done. I've printed out the sheet, and I will definitely get that out. I'm going to put a double star next to that for urgent. So I want to get that done for you. Okay, so I will get that done ASAP. Thank you so much. So that's what happened. So it wasn't just me being slack. Sometimes I can't find the ticket. So that's always good to check. Now, we got Sirocco Sales here. Sirocco Sales, $2. Clean your room, Mikey.
Maybe that's a good resolution for 2023, Mikey, to clean up the room.
Yeah.
No offense. No offense. So tell me, how was your trip to Sydney?
Yeah, it was good. It was good, Giro Pal. It was very good. Unfortunately, I don't make videos saying where I'm going at the moment. You know, I've been told not to do that because you're making yourself. It's kind of changed the dynamics. You know what I mean?
That's the dark side to being a celebrity, Arch. Maybe you should think of some bodyguards. What do you think about bodyguards?
Yeah.
ArchieLuxury streaming and having some body. Yeah, why not? And everybody would be asking, who is this guy with a bodyguard? Somebody streaming. And then you need a shirt with your Paul Plura YouTube channel advice. But you have 3 channels. So on the back, on the front, maybe on your pants. Cooperate, ArchieLuxury and Paul Plura. Yes, why not? Hard times demand hard solutions.
100% there. 100% there. I got to tell you, Mike, cleaning the room will actually help you too. I've started with my room. I had to start. I'm actually getting new carpet in the new year, and then I'm going to take everything out, and I'm going to put stuff back that I want here. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, cleanliness is next to godliness. You know that
100%.
saying. And I'm nowhere near godliness right now.
Yeah, it's organized chaos, but with it's not a filthy mess. I can actually see some logic to how you've stacked things and put things, Mike.
Well, the problem is I've got a lot of boxes of stuff that I've undone, and I don't throw boxes away, so they stack up in. And I've got a living room that.
Well, that's okay. You grab it, Mikey. I'll put you on mute for a minute.
Yeah,
there. That's okay. Giro, pal, I want to ask you something, okay?
But privately, yes, of course. Ask me anything you want, Arch. Anything you want.
Would you go one watch? What do you think? Could you go one watch? What do you think?
Well, interesting question. You know, I'm now in Germany for 3 months already, and I brought only my Milgauss. So actually, right now, I'm one and done guy, one and done watch guy, and that's my Millie.
Yes.
And I have a question to you. You had your bluesy, right? No, your bluesy, not your Z blue, and now you're wearing the bluesy.
Yes.
Is it a big difference? Is it a big difference? Tell me about the difference on the wrist when you have a bluesy and Z blue.
No worries there at all. Just very quickly, let me grab this Timepiece Esquire super chat. This is a mammoth super chat for today. $20, Timepiece Esquire. Arch, if you can check your ego and appreciate your panelists and punters more, like you did when I was trolling you about Tim and watch theft, then you won't need to spend thousands on marketing because we will support you with more time and money. Fair point, fair point, fair point. No worries. Let me tell you something. I don't know if I should say this to you or not. Giro?
Yes, tell me.
I prefer the blue on the Milgauss.
Really?
Yeah, sorry.
Why is that?
Because it's a darky sort of blue. It's a really dark starburst blue. It's almost like a black. Like the bezel, you can see the bezel is blue, right? It's beautiful. I don't hate it, right? But if you want blue, that Z blue is the best blue. Okay? I'm sorry, okay? Maybe I'm just in a dark room. I'll look. I do love the bluesy, okay? I love it. It's a different style of watch. It's far more flashy. What I loved about the Milgauss, that's a watch for me. It wasn't for other people to. This is a very loud watch. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think the most recognizable watch, Rolex watch, I'm speaking for Russia, it's Datejust because of the white gold bezel. It's so recognizable. Women are wearing it. Successful women are wearing it. Gold diggers are wearing it. Men are wearing it. So the Datejust is the most recognizable. The second one would be SAP and GMTs. Skydwell is, Skydwell a day-date. You will find them rarely in clubs or in special events. So either it's Datejust or SAP. But Milgauss, it's a unique watch. It's not recognizable. People who are not into watches or into watches, they kind of see, okay, it should be Rolex because of the Oster bracelet, But the green Milgauss, I've never heard about Milgauss. What is Milgauss? Is it Rolex? Oh wow, nice
It'll just
watch.
be 1 minute.
Remorse. No, there's no remorse for the blue jean.
Hey, I got to tell you something, Giro Pal. You know what? Giro Pal.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
I really like the black Milgauss. You know what I mean? The
GV, the green. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Here we go. We've got another super chat here. Sorry, we've also got my good Tan the man. Hello, Tan.
Gentlemen, what's happening?
Here we go. I got a super chat in. This is from Timepiece Esquire. I want to hear your thoughts. This was a super chat. Arch, if you can check your ego and appreciate your panelists and punters more, like you did when I was trolling you about Tim and watch theft, then you wouldn't need to spend thousands on marketing because we will support you with time and money.
Paul Pluta.
Hello, Kalsowitz. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
You're in Mark Goldberg's house.
Yes, we're sharing the place. Dude, it was so good seeing you in LA. What up, Tan?
How's it going, buddy?
Good, yo.
Hey,
good,
thank
man,
you
good.
so much for coming on here. Let me just grab this super chat. Timepiece Esquire, $5. Never mind, your response to my super chat just reminded me you're a method actor and the remorse you showed earlier was just an act. Watch theft was karma and deserved. Ooh, so nasty. Thank you, Timepiece, for your contribution. Sirocco, what do you think of this, Sirocco? I'm spinning out of control. What do you think?
I think that's pretty harsh. What can you say? Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever the fuck you are.
Hold boat, buddy.
How are you, Zero Pal? Tanzil Super Chat.
Tanzil, $5. Kalsowitz, let's talk Pateks. What's on your radar, my friend?
I got some of my real life friends in the chat saying we talking Patek, so I sent this in for my friend Kalsowitz.
A lot's on the radar. It's hard to make a decision with Patek. So many good choices. Nothing anytime soon, but I love the 5205. Great watch. I don't know. Hard to pick. We were just talking about that 5212, which is probably the more realistic option.
The weekly calendar, Archie. The weekly calendar.
Yeah, the typography on that is pretty unique.
Because Kelsowitz's type of work, right? Like he's gonna be in the studio. He's moving around. So I told him, a steel watch, you could probably use it often enough. What do you think is a good watch? I can't
believe this. Explain this to me. You're actually getting a 5212?
We're talking about it.
I love it. Are we talking ADs or what are we talking here?
I mean, it just came out. So they're actually going a little below retail. So maybe it's better to wait for a used one to pop up.
A 5212. Your weekly calendar you're talking. They came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they just sold one on Rolex forums for like 38. So it's basically at retail because I don't know what the sales tax is in California. But I mean, I think
basically 10%.
Yeah, so I think MSRP is like 37.
You think that's a lot of money, Kalsowitz?
Oh, definitely. But when you're buying Rolex, if you've already bought a few Rolex, you spent $10,000 on it. It's like, okay, well, would you rather just wait on the Rolex, and step it up to a Patek? Probably the better choice.
Wow.
So Kelsos was asking about like a daily, Archie, and we were talking Patek. He was talking about the big piece, Kelsos. Tell Archie the big piece you're talking about.
The 5172.
Not even, man. Not even the 5172.
Oh, the Zeitwerk.
The Zeitwerk.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be. I would have to get rid of everything though. That would just be an absolute.
But Archie, if you're a
70K.
Archie, if you're a Hollywood star like Kelsowitz, right? Like you got to wear a real fuck off piece, right?
Nicely in Mark Goldberg's house.
Yeah, you like that? It's a great place.
That's very good. Yeah. Will you move in with him?
Yes, yes. Roommates.
Yeah.
Here's something Mark Goldberg doesn't have. A little CQ.
Ooh, look at that.
Your favorite, Archie, the glass hooter.
Wow.
I love this watch. So what did you think of Dan Tana's, Paul? You ate one of my shrimp, remember?
Yes, that was really cool, wasn't it?
That was a cool joint, wasn't it? That's a classic Los Angeles place.
Yes, yes, it was really.
A lot of celebrities go there. You know, when I walked in and I saw you, I was like, "Wow, Paul Pluta!" All the bartenders, everyone looked over like, "Wow, this guy's famous."
Really...
Awesome.
They probably see heaps of people. You know, they never.
Yeah, sure.
The chat is saying the Zeitwerk is a serious collector watch, Kelso.
I know, dude. That's a watch that is so unique. I've never seen one in person, but if you saw someone with that's just next level, dude. Like, forget.
You know,
Rolex,
Bondage and Discipline has one. Bondage and Discipline.
Super chat, Archie. Timepiece.
Timepiece Esquire, $5. Our wallets, our hearts and wallets open to humanity. Punk if.
Humility.
It's
Read it again.
It's
Good God.
Our hearts
in Germany. Can you pull it up, Art?
Yes, it's
Can
up.
you pull
It's
up
up.
this watch?
Our wallets, our hearts and wallets open to humility. Punk if.
Paul, let me ask you: would you rather have a Patek in the $40,000 range, or would you rather have 3 or 4 Rolex?
Now, is this for you, or is it for
You know
like
what?
just
That's a
general
really
person?
good question. I got to be totally honest with you. I
75. Oh boy.
I would probably go for a couple of Rolexes.
Now let me ask you this: when you're comparing to the Zeitwerk, what would you do? Would you rather get a $40,000 Patek plus 3 sports Rolex, or with 1 Zeitwerk? That's the money comparison, basically.
Look, the Zeitwerk is an amazing watch. Okay, it's amazing. For me, you know what? I don't think you can go for a bad choice on this, can you? This is such a cool dilemma.
Can, Archie, because you're going for 4 chicken feeds at a Porto instead of 1 steak fucking dinner. Exotic.
Yes.
Sergeant Dodger says Rolex all the way.
So boring though. After a while, it's like, okay, I got it. Rolex. You already had the Rolex. It's like, all right, they're all the same after a while.
Kelso is in Hollywood, guys. This isn't the fucking kiddie pool. We're not trying to impress people at the Mall of the Americas here. This is Hollywood, fuckers.
Look, I think the answer is, Kalsowitz, the beautiful thing is you buy this watch right. You can try it for a while, and if you want to get out of it later, you can.
Right.
And I got to tell you something. Remember, I had that annual calendar. Okay, that's not as expensive as this. I know. But for me, I'm just a poor boy from a poor family, and I did have that watch stolen. But that's beside the point. The thing is, when I had it the first time, the second time I had it, it wasn't as special as the first time.
Of course.
So you can let these things go. You don't have to just keep this forever and ever and ever. And if you really want a Zeitwerk, you know what? Give it a try for a while. However, my advice to you, I actually get a lot of joy now. I don't know if you noticed this. I mean, this is kind of upsetting. I built my Rolexes steel. They weren't Platonis.
Another super chat, Archie.
Super chat from Tanzil. Tanzil, $5 California. Kalsowitz, you're not impressing these Hollywood broads with Rolly. Zeitwerk.
Archie, here's the thing. Guys like Bondage, like these are the kind of people that Kalsowitz is like rubbing shoulders with. He's not rubbing shoulders with the fucking rancher here. Like, let's step it up a notch, please.
You know what's a great compromise, Kalsowitz? What about a Lange 1? Does it have to be a Zeitwerk?
Not as special. I mean, the Langes are cool. I mean, sorry,
to me, I'll be honest with you, Kalsowitz. I actually really do love the Lange one. I got a friend of mine had a rose gold one with a black dial, and I thought, fuck, that was amazing. The Zeitwerk, look, it's an amazing watch. It doesn't actually, it's not my cup of tea, okay?
Mm.
I'm not saying I wouldn't love one, but it's too expensive for... I think it's crazy money, right? I think if you want a Lange, I got nothing.
It is.
Look, what about a Lange 1815 up down? There's, look.
You know which one I like? They make that Saxonia with the it looks like a star dial. It's like black with the glitter on it. It's so dressy though. They're all too dressy. This is the one that's quite unique, and it's just so different, you know.
Look at this 1815s, right? Look at this
too
20s.
dressy. I've already looked at them.
What?
You got to wear a suit. You got to wear a suit.
No, you don't. You can wear it with jeans and joggers.
He's not a hipster, man. Like, come on.
Another super chat.
Look at that. It just looks like a regular watch. It's like it's nice. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying when you look at it, it's like, okay, that's a cool watch, but you look at the Zeitwerk, there's not another watch like that, you know, to have the time change like that. It's quite cool. You know? I know.
Super chat, Tanzil again.
Tanzil, $5. AC3 and Kalsowitz. Ideal watch to wear to the Oscars. You know what? I got to be totally honest with you. I like to wear anti-status. To the Oscars, I'd wear a Milgaussy blue because it's just such a cool
You would
watch.
be on the cover of TMZ, like, you know those train wreck outfits? You'd be the ideal poster of the train wreck outfit. Kelsowitz, learn us on the ideal watch for the Oscars, please.
Oscars, I'd probably go Vacheron 1921 Historiques with that off-center
There's some
dial.
class, Archie. Like, that's pure class right there.
That would be something to dress up in. I've actually considered that watch. That's quite cool too, you know, something different, but
you just piqued my interest. Like, you just piqued my interest on Vacheron. I'm gonna send a super chat to Archie.
Somewhere in, I think those are somewhere in the $30,000 range. That's a beautiful watch, but also a little dressy, so kind of a turnoff. But that would be the one for the Oscars. That would be quite cool.
Look, I got to tell you something. You know what, Kalsowitz? What makes you happy? You're a young man. Yeah. You're going to earn a gazillion dollars. Can you just remember me when you earn a gazillion dollars in a movie? Can you put me in a bit part with a residual? Can you do that for me, Kalsowitz? I got to tell you something. You know what? I reckon, fuck it. Why don't you just go for a Langmatic? You know, the Langmatic Perpetual. Just get the big boy and be done.
Yeah, but Archie, understand.
I'm not
and another super chat, Archie, from
It's
Tan.
a perpetual calendar. You know this? Go for it. Tanzil, $5. AC3. How could you live with yourself when your Vacheron 6405 had a gold Viking plated crown?
So what did you do? Did you get an actual real Vacheron crown afterwards, or did you just sell it when it was gold plated?
I thought the crown was okay. Who said there was something wrong with the crown? What happened?
The Vacheron was dented. It had a gold plated crown, and then you sold it to a hedge fund manager. Don't you remember?
Dented.
I just listened to a video about it this morning. I wrote down in the notes, gold plated crown. Archie, getting old here, buddy.
Yeah, sorry. I thought the crown was okay on that watch.
Nah, gold plated. But look, Kelsowitz, his work, like he's moving. He's, when he's in the studio, he's a cameraman. So like, he probably doesn't want something, because him and I were talking years ago about the 5196. But that watch will dent so easily, right? Like
5196.
But think if you're a cameraman. Right? Would you be wearing a 5196 if you're moving the camera around, could get it dented? I don't know, man.
Yeah, no. Asking for trouble.
So at that point, it's probably better for a steel Rolex or something in steel, I guess.
Right.
Tell me a movie where an actor has been wearing a Patek or a Lange. I cannot remember, honestly.
I got to tell you something, okay?
Before you do, Archie, super chat from Timepiece Esquire.
Timepiece Esquire, $5. Marketing guy would be waste of money because he would tell you to do stuff you refuse or are incapable of doing, which is to cater to punters who super chat. You know, Timepiece Esquire, we love you, okay? I mean, Timepiece Esquire, I hold no grudges to you, okay? Even though he said some really nasty, hurtful things. But I do appreciate you telling me my flaws.
He has some nasty comments, but he's putting food on your plate.
Yes.
So what's on your radar, Paul? Are you crawling back into the game? I see you got a little two-tone going.
Let me tell you, Tanzil, $5. Kalsowitz, how about a Vacheron Overseas Gen 3 Blue dial or an AP Royal Oak, a true Fike-off piece?
You know, it's funny. I remember going into Vacheron boutiques, and those blue dials were like $10 a dozen at the time. Now you can't even get one, but
no.
AP, or of course, Royal Oak. If you can get that at retail, it's an absolute no-brainer. Even a little premium, I would be happy with that.
Dude, they're coming down.
A little shiny on the bracelet. You know, that's the thing. I don't want to draw attention. It's like, you know, I appreciate someone that could recognize the watch, but that's one thing about Rolex and so many of these watches is just like all bling, and it's just like, look at me. And most people wearing them don't even know what the fuck they have. It's like, at least with the Royal Oak, you're getting a little more off the beaten path, but they're pretty well known now.
The finishing you're getting on that Overseas is going to be probably superior.
Just very quickly, Timepiece Esquire, $10. Example. You have a deep-pocketed punter, me, who is in a charitable mood and wants you to humble yourself so I can super chat without feeling cheated and dirty for supporting an ogre.
Ooh.
Anyway, back to Tim. Let me just make a
Phil's giving you the business today.
Let me just say to you, Timepiece Esquire, man, you're right. The reason why I feel this way is that you've actually point out many flaws that are real. I haven't been the best to you, and I'm sorry, man. I really do think you deserve more from me, okay? So let's just stay a bit longer. Let's just ask the hard questions, and I'll answer anything you want, okay? I'll give you a bonus question. You can ask a bonus question. There's no problem. And I got to tell you, Timepiece, your loyalty to Tim is to be pretty admired. I gotta say, he's a lucky guy. Okay, you're a good guy. You're a good guy, and I appreciate it. Okay, I really do appreciate your comments that you tell me. Don't worry, I wake up in the morning knowing that what you say is true. I do. Kalsowitz, let me tell you what's happening with the collection. You know what's going on there? Okay. So we got the Explorer 2. That's the Survivor from. Okay.
You had that on a dinner.
Yes, I did. Yes, I got a Speedy 3861. That was from my good friend.
You did. Good.
Dave and two other watch dealers, Ronnie from Vintage Watch Co. and Luxurious, chipped in and bought me a 3861 Speedy. Okay.
That's very you.
I've got. My friend has given me the Reverso. He said, just take it for a month. If you want it, you can put it on terms.
You got to get it engraved, though, right?
That's the same Reverso that I had, same model. Not the exact same. It's not the stolen one.
Right.
Same model, but right, a little bit newer. It's got the double butterfly clasp.
Okay.
And then we got the bluesy.
Dude, so fast. Dude, you're back.
The bluesy. You know, the bluesy. So the bluesy, I had to give him my Explorer as collateral. I put a bit of money down.
And that's the new one?
It's actually the 40. It's the 40.
Okay. Beautiful.
40. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Okay?
Gold on the clasp?
Yes, because it's a ceramic. Okay, it's
good,
ceramic.
Good.
So all the ceramics have gold on the clasp, right?
I'm just testing you. That's good.
No, that's okay. Now the thing right? The thing is, right? What I'm trying to do here is, okay, add a 5196. That's a
Mhm.
5-piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-piece Hunger Buster then.
You should get a new one, a different one than you've had before. What are you thinking? Rose gold?
What am I thinking? I'm thinking I want to keep the price down because I'm not in an industry.
We've got a couple of Super Jets Arch, one more from Tanzil, and then another one.
Deal. Here we go. $5. AC3, my friend. Reza Bent has Porsche 718 Spider and is considering a McLaren 570S. Is McLaren terminal or should he pull the trigger? You know the 718? I fucking love that car. That's their special mid-engine Porsche.
Yeah, it's the convertible version of the GT4.
You know what? Just keep it. Fucking keep it. The McLaren would be amazing. McLarens are amazing. But you know what? Whatever makes you happy.
Not a soft cock answer.
Timepiece Esquire.
Personally, I'd stick with the Porsche. Okay? Timepiece Esquire. $5. I just climaxed. There's no better deal on the internet than being able to point out a person's deepest, darkest flaws to their face for a couple of bucks. Good point. Good point. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your patronage.
So Arch 5196. What are you looking at there? 17,000 US.
Yeah. I got a white gold one reserved for me. He's holding it for me.
You don't want to go rose gold?
I'm buying secondhand. It came up at a good price. I actually like the white. I like the white. If I had a choice, I think the white is the rose gold's beautiful and the white is beautiful. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I actually prefer the white.
Yeah. It's under the radar. Stealth wealth. Stealth wealth.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think that's totally you. I mean, you've basically resurrected what you had. So that'll put you at a 5-piece. I mean, the Explorer 2, that's just totally you. And the Man on the Moon, those are just your, you've been spruiking that for years. That's your go-to.
Should I get the Reverso?
I don't know. If you're gonna go 5196, I would say no.
Yeah.
Both kind of dressy on a leather strap.
Which is he likely?
If it's a good price, get both.
Which is he likely to have buyer's remorse from?
Oh, probably the JLC. You can't go wrong with the 5196. That's
everybody hates the Reverso, Archie.
Oh, JLC is only. It's a bargain price, but it's only going to set me back.
What is it?
4,500.
Oh, then that's a go. Go for that's. I mean, that's. I thought you were talking like 7, 8.
No. It's a bargain. Bargain. I like bargains. Look, they are hard. Look, JLC is a bit softish, but
you know should do actually take that JLC money and go for that 6006. That looked good on you. That was a good watch.
They're a bit more expensive, unfortunately.
Only by like 7,000 or 8,000. It's probably about the same amount that you would be spending on that JLC.
Oh, I see. Yeah, good point. Good save. How soon are you looking at getting the Zeitwerk? What happened?
I'm not. That's not anytime soon. It's a dream
watch. You were talking FD Jean. You were talking Jean. What the hell happened to Jean? Why did that fantasy? Why did that fantasy come
too big? I actually tried it on. That's what I was going to say too, Tan, earlier about that 41 mil Vacheron. I love that watch, but it just hangs over my wrist just a little too much. 40 mil is really my max. Anything more, it just starts wearing me.
Look at this Tanzil.
FP Jean's a beautiful watch.
$5. Nobody loves a bargain more than Archie. Let's go down the roster. Quartz Patek. That was a 3944. That was not only a quartz Patek.
Well, not only that one, you had the 70s one as well.
Yes, but the later one was a 33 mil. I had a quartz AP, 33 mil. Tudor Hydronaut and a 5508 Rolex Frankenstein into a two-tone.
When I heard you had a 5508, I was like, this is one of the greatest watches of all time. And then you told me it was converted into a two-tone, and I was like, why the fuck would you buy that watch?
Okay, because I paid $1,500 for it.
Exactly. Nobody loves a bargain more than Archie.
Sorry. I sold it the same day. I doubled my money. Okay. And the dealer who I sold it to, he restored it back to original. Timepiece Esquire, $10. AC3, when hiring someone, make sure they come from a country that prides itself on its work ethic. America, employees from liberal countries like Canada seem to take a lot of time off. No vacation much. Good point. Good point. I got to tell you, I'm working on Lux. We'll see what we can do. I don't know if he wants to do it. I just had a nice talk to him. We'll see what happens in the new year. Okay, in the new year. Let me just ask you, Kalsowitz. You know what, man? If you can really pull the trigger on a Zeit work, fuck, that is so cool, don't you think?
Yeah, right.
Can you really afford it? Seriously, no bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit aside. Because I got to tell you, Tan, you know something, Tan Zeal?
Tell me.
Tan, I can't afford a 5172. I can't afford it. That's outside my budget. That's why.
You know, fella was saying you should get the 5170. He thinks that's the ideal watch for you.
50
it's
grand.
Expensive. 50 grand's a lot of money. Where am I supposed to get 50 grand? We're not talking Aussie dollars.
Trade in those five you just spoke about.
It's exactly what Kelswitch was saying. Would you just consolidate into one, and then you never have to worry about fucking burglars?
Fucking burglars. You know what? The problem is, I don't think that watch is a one and done. It's a delicate, dressy watch.
So true.
Right?
So what is your one and done? What is the watch you could wear if you stopped today and you just wore it, forever? What would it be? Viking Bluesy. Actually, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it on the head, Tan. The 5212 is, no one's talking about it. A steel 40 mil Patek. It's a beautiful thing. Pull it up, Arch. 5212. No one ever talks about this watch.
Timepiece Esquire, $2. X. Tim, a New Yorker, is hardest working YouTuber. He was hardworking. I will. He worked the leads, Tan. You were approached by him, weren't you, Tan?
Well,
the hardest hiker, I would say. Hiking is so expensive. Remember that? Hiking is so expensive, guys. Support me, please. So laughable. Come on, he's not hardworking.
Tan Zeal, $5. Pull up
Archie.
52.2 and give us a proper analysis. 52.
While you do that, look, I have actually no issues with Tim. I think I know what he's doing. I respect what he's doing. Like, there's certain parts of his stuff that he does I like, but most of the time it's I'm not going to learn anything from him, to be honest with you. So I don't really spend a lot of time watching his channel. But yeah, there's some stuff he puts out that's fine. I have no issues with his stuff.
The cheapest is just sub 40. Sub 40. There's one.
You're talking Aussie?
This is
US dollars. Well, actually, what's this?
Dollars. It's dollars.
Go back to the other one. That's 38,950. Was it? Because
I think that could be a private seller, maybe. Is that
even if it's a private seller, think about it. Chrono 24 takes 6.5% from the seller. So if it's 38,950 and you remove 6.5% if you approach them directly, that watch is actually 36.5 US. That's not bad.
You know what, Kalsowitz? This watch is fucking amazing. I got to tell you, it's steel,
isn't it? Yeah.
Steel. Look at this. Look at the specs here. It's steel.
Yeah.
It's using. I love that casual genre. You could wear this.
What is the power reserve? Power reserve 48 or?
Oh, who cares? Fuck the power reserve.
The other thing.
It's a one and done. You're gonna wear it all the time.
It's 40 mils. It's 40 mils, and the other beautiful thing about this watch, Patek in steel, is always been really, really
rare,
collectible. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And they don't like to release too much steel stuff. Seriously,
exactly.
I don't think you could get better. Look at this watch. It's got the big rotor. You're not going to be a rotor because it's got the big rotor. This is
my only gripe with this, Archie. If you look at the case back, it looks a tad small for the 40. Just a tad.
No, I like that.
It's
I
just
like the way
tad
they.
small.
I like the way they.
It's
put
not
it in.
terminal. It's not a deal breaker for me. I kind of noticed that there's certain other watches that fit a bit better in the case, but it's the only gripe I have with this watch. And honestly, Kelso, if you switch the straps on these, I've seen a couple of them with like a blue strap. They look fucking amazing.
Yes. Well, it even comes on that calf leather. You know, they're not pushing the alligator shiny dressiness on you.
Not at all.
Obviously, that could be changed, but
And it comes
I
with
mean,
a tang.
so Paul, would you pull the trigger on a used one, or would you go to the AD and get your name on the archive? Basically, same price.
Shit. You know what? I honestly would keep your dignity.
What does that mean?
I wouldn't be kissing AD's butt. You know.
No, this is very gettable. They're not selling these like this. You could easily walk in and wait a few months to get this.
Absolutely. And look, Kelso, you don't have to like. I mean, you meaning your name?
Super chat, Archie. Timepiece.
Timepiece Esquire, $2. AC3, you lost battle with Lux. Stand up to him. Thank you, Timepiece Esquire. I gave him a phone call. I said, hey, we both apologized. We said, look, let's just see what we want to do in the new year. Timepiece Esquire, $2. X stands for example. You read for a living. Wow. Thank you. Oxley State, hi. Thank you so much there. Okay.
Here's the thing, Jordan. Like, Kelso, you don't necessarily like. I know what you're saying about your name on the papers, but like when you register,
Can I just make a comment?
I thought it was EG, for example. EG.
Exactly, it is. It is. Yeah, I was just going to say that.
By the way, guys, I got to tell you something, Keltsowitz. You know what? If you look, the thing is this. I think you would be able to negotiate a better deal from a pre-owned dealer. If you go to the AD, they still think their shit doesn't stink. They're so ridiculous. You know what I mean? Unless you've already got contacts there, they're fucking awful to deal with. Tan, you've dealt with AD.
His ideal situation, if he's going to get a Patek like this, is go for an AD that sells both Patek and Rolex, right? Because you're buying a substantial enough piece that it can help you build a profile if you care about that, right? Like, look, I've approached gray market dealers for this piece, and you're hovering around 39 to 40 right now. They really haven't gone down. So, if you did get that private seller to sell you for 36.5, I mean, that's cheaper than retail. And I wouldn't worry about your name on the papers, because when you register the watch with Patek, you can easily do that via the website, and they'll put your name into the book as the new owner.
Oh, is that right? Okay, that's cool.
Who gives a shit about this mythical book? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Is it at least waterproof? Arca, what's his name on this Patek? Is it Arca or something like that? But is it at least waterproof?
No. The leather strap is $900 Australia, $600 strap. You're gonna put that in water? I don't think so.
Put it on a rubber.
A watch on leather strap can never be your one and done. Never, because you have to change it every 6 months.
Yeah, Patek and like a Lange, they can't be your one and dones, because leather straps. There's just too many instances where you can't wear them.
Well, you change the strap.
You just change the strap, guys. Like, it's not.
Yeah, but then you can't go really further than washing your hands with it. Because they're not that waterproof.
Yeah, but Mikey, how many of these guys actually go in the water with any of these watches? How many fuckers go in the water with a Nautilus? Like, that can go in the water, and people just don't take them in the water. Like,
true.
Kind of a
true.
moot
I mean,
point.
if you're conscious enough, but like I had an instance where my sink was overflowing in my garage, and I wasn't thinking, and I just dunked my hand to try to empty out the drain, and I didn't realize I was wearing my chronograph, and it came back up all fogged up, and I jumped in my car and ran straight to my jeweler and went, and he took it. And I mean, the thing wasn't even wet for a half an hour. He had it opened up and dried out. And
yeah, but that's not. But you're exactly making the point. That's not limited to Pateks, right? Like, unless you're talking about divers, right? Like, I mean, there's a lot of watches like in that instance, right? Like, there's a difference between can you wash your hands in it and walk in the rain in it, and then what's surface swimmable, right? Like, Archie, the 15202 AP is a pull-out crown, doesn't have a screw-down crown. That you probably won't take into a pool. Could you
No.
surface swim into it with a 15-500 screw down crown? Yeah, you probably could.
No,
You probably
no.
could with a
I
screw down
wouldn't
crown. You
do
probably could,
that,
but you
man.
wouldn't do it, right? But that's exactly the thing. Is like a lot of these sport watches, people just don't even take them in the water. We had guests on this show that wouldn't take a fucking Submariner in the water, man. Like,
Oh yeah, no. See, like I've got primarily divers, and they get wet. They just get worn, and whatever I'm doing, if I put it on for the day, it's on for the day. Whatever I'm doing, and the only time I switch watches out is when I'm like running my lathe or something where it's just constant chattering, like damaging, shaking, or shooting a gun or something, or golf, where you're really putting high G impact loads. Then I'll swap out for one of my Seikos, just for work use. But otherwise, any of the higher end divers, like can handle most of what you throw at it water wise, and
Archie, have you ever swam with your Moonwatch?
That's actually one of the most silly ideas, because chronograph, you've got 3 holes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're there's only a few waterproof
Like a woman. Sorry.
divers. It's okay. There's the Daytona. You'd swim with a Daytona. You'd swim with a Seamaster chronograph. But I wouldn't swim with a Speedmaster. That's asking for trouble, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree.
How many people do you think would actually swim with their Daytona, though?
You know what? The funny thing is, so many people think that when it says these ratings are very misleading. When they say it's 100 meters water resistant, it doesn't mean you should take it into a pool. You know what I mean? For starters, on these Pateks, the straps are so expensive. And
you ruin a strap.
Look at this. We got a super chat. We got a super chat from Ron the shrink. Ron, $5. Thinking about trading Super Ocean 42 for a Seamaster 2254 with box and papers. Am I making a terrible mistake? Personally, I would keep the Super Ocean you've got, man. That was from Bondage. That's $100 million man. And also, I'm not a big. I got to be totally honest with
I don't
you.
like the Seamaster. Like, pull it up.
Yeah.
It's not attractive. Like, I don't know why Ron would
So it's an
think
Omega 2255. What is it?
2254.
2254. These are dime a dozen. I mean, yeah, they're okay. Ron, you're a doctor. Just get it. Put it on your MasterCard.
The Seamaster Heritage is a completely different animal.
Look at this.
And
look at this. Look at this here. Look at these. Here. You can get them for mid twos. You get this for. So the Breitling is worth more than that. What do you think? What's the Breitling worth, Tan?
So he has the 42. It's not the Heritage, right? It's not the.
I know.
Heritage 2.
It's that new one. You know the new one.
I haven't seen his watch, so I don't know.
It came from Bondage and Discipline.
Yeah, well, if it's got some personal history to it, it might have a little bit of sentimental value.
But would you put Omega over Breitling? That's the major question, I guess. The brand itself.
They're kind of on the same level. They both got models that rock, and they both got models that suck.
Yeah, I know Ron's collected quite a few watches. I'm surprised he's even dabbling in this category.
He was talking about a Seamaster, like the Bond ones, the wave dials, the other day.
Archie, are you still there? It's super chat from Tanzil.
Yes, of course I'm here. Tan Zeal, the zeal with the mostest, guys. Tan Zeal is saying, not sure why Ron constantly is trying to act like a chiropractor with these shitters. Get a real Viking watch, you Viking. Get a real watch, you Viking quack.
Love it.
I just don't get it. Like, Ron, you're a high-paid physician. Like, act like one. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I mean, this is, but you know, he's had some personal problems. You know, Tan.
Even more reason to go into the deep end with a fucking real watch.
He's trying to find a watch where he's going to get laid.
Yeah, like you probably get
Or
laid in the
thinks he's
90s with
gonna
this
get
watch,
laid.
maybe. Like, this is a
It's got
90s
to
watch.
financially hurt you. It's got to financially sting you.
I got to be totally honest with you guys. I think Ron is going. He's trying to use these watches to make himself feel better and happier. You're not going to find happiness in watches, Ron. You're going to find it in an 8-year-old Audi. That's what you're going to find it in. What do you reckon? Let's get an R8.
He's going to find it in a cheap fucking hooker. And then worry about the watches afterwards.
What do you reckon?
Super chat from Tanzil.
Here we go, Tanzil. Tanzil with the most. AC3, give us some serious watch advice for a physician making multiple 6 figures. We need an intervention here for Ronnie. Ronnie, I got to tell you something, man. You should be wearing two-tone sub. That's what you should do.
He's too young for that. I think he's in his 30s. You got to be at least 40 for the two-tone.
No, he can do that. Come on.
Oof.
Tanzil, you can wear a two-tone sub. You wore one in your 20s.
But really picture it. Picture a guy who's got a patient on the couch, you know, and he's sitting in this like plush office, driving an Audi, like, you know, and Ron's talking about wearing fucking like Flieger watches. Like, get the fuck out of here, Ron. You know, Archie, you got to give us. We need an intervention here because Ron is just. I don't get it, man.
Mm-hmm. I got to be honest with you. You know what the problem with Ron is, don't you?
What's the problem?
He's got to learn to stay with what he's got. Don't be flipping and chipping and flipping and flipping. You know what? You know, I got to be honest with you. I've been having some thinks myself because I had to recalibrate my collection, my ideals in my brain. And I got to tell you something. You know what? Ron has sold so many. Didn't Hand Omega not so long ago?
Honestly, I don't even know. Last time I talked to Ron about watches, I think he had a fucking Steinhardt.
I got to be honest with you. Got to be honest with you, man. You got to be really, really. I don't know what the problem is. He's buy a Rolex. He's got to get a Rolex and be done with it. Remember, he had the no date stub. That's what he wants. Okay. He's got to get a no date sub. You see what I mean?
What's on your radar, Tan? Would you pull the trigger on that 5212? Or you just got the AP though, huh?
You know, honestly, I was trying to get a 5212, and there just was no supply in Canada. And the issue was that every single dealer was like, we got to tack on the tax and the duties to import it into Canada, which just made it like, it just made it not affordable. So I went with the AP because there was a brand new inbox one. But yeah, if I had one.
Tanzil, can you, if you flew to America, could you just wear it back or not?
I mean, you could, but you know, if you get caught, if you travel a lot and you get caught, like you're always flagged, and every single time you go through the border, you're just gonna get stopped and searched. So it's not even worth it. Like, pay the fucking 18%. I wouldn't want to have that problem. I know people that have that issue, and they literally get flagged every single time.
With what? A Rolex?
No, with anything. Like, if you lie at the border and they catch you, like, they'll flag you right away. And every single time you enter the border, they check your shit. So it's just not worth it.
Wow. I've gone to Mexico a few times and with my sub on and just never even they never even gave me any heed. But I guess in different parts of the world, it's different.
Zeal, what do you think is wrong with Ron? What is the problem? You know, what's the problem here? I got to be totally honest with you.
I don't know what it is. Like,
why doesn't he just add it? Just get the Omega and keep the Breitling. Why does he have to constantly trade his shit in? Why do you have? Why does this is? You know what I mean? Like realistically.
Well, they're very similar looking.
Nah, they're a different flavor. One's a, just have a collection. We're collectors.
Yeah, but I just don't know. Does Ron even have like a really like serious piece, or is it just kind of these like lower mid-tier pieces?
Didn't he
I
have
think
Coke
he's
at one
bored.
point?
I think he's just bored, and he's doing it just for something to do.
Yeah, it's just it gets expensive at that point. Like, why would you buy 3 or 4 mid to lower tier pieces when you can have 1 or 2 really nice pieces? You know, and he's in his 30s, so obviously he's going to be spending his money on other things. But like, I just don't see the point of it to buy a bunch of just. It's not like these are inexpensive. These are, you know, there is money involved in these that are. If you consolidate it into 1 or 2, it'd be probably a better collection.
Speaking of big heavy hitters, look who's just come on.
The
It's the
Bear.
Bear.
Hey guys, how are you guys?
Wow.
What's happening?
Hey, Bear.
Hello.
Let's see.
Bear, it's great to have you on, man.
Thank you very much, Pontiff. Nice to see you guys.
I got the bluesy, Bear. I got the bluesy, Bear.
I know, I seen when you got it. I was
Let
on
me
my
tell
way.
you, Bear, I had terrible anxiety yesterday. You know that?
Why?
Because I had the reverso at home with all the papers. I had to go immediately straight to the bank and put them away because I just felt anxious.
I can understand that.
I had to go immediately. As soon as the show ended, I even tried to end it early, but Sirocco wouldn't let me leave. He said, how about an extra half hour? That was my anxiety, Sirocco.
I know, mate, but you're here for the punters as well. And trying to get a few more.
I needed you to pull me back in. I needed you to pull me
Absolutely.
back in. Bear, I got to tell you, I've settled on the bluesy. The collection is growing slowly.
Great decision, by the way. Awesome watch. Beautiful, beautiful decision.
Bear, I wanted the Patek so badly, but you know.
How are the super chats going? What's going on with super chats?
I've had some good super chats from our good friend. You know, our good
Tanzil, of course.
Yes, and also Timepiece Esquire.
Timepiece Esquire. Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
He's been having some good digs at me. You know that?
And here talking about super chats from the legend himself.
Tanzil, $5. Bear, if you could reinvent the Archie 5 with new pieces that he hasn't had, what would it be?
Rolex Pepsi, Rolex Daytona steel, or two-tone, regardless, but preferably steel. Rolex Cermet, Calatrava, maybe not, but preferably, I think I go Cartier Santos instead. And the fifth one, solid gold. Let's do root beer. So one precious metal, one Santos, no Pateks, 4 Rolex, 1 Cartier.
The only thing I find difficult with that one, Bear, and I agree with a lot of those pieces, is Archie at heart, like, he just feels not fulfilled when he doesn't have a Patek in the collection. So I think he needs at least one.
All right, if we're gonna go one, then let's do. We gotta do. I mean, world time.
World time, baby. World time. 5130.
Axe the Cartier.
Axe the Cartier, yeah. Axe the Cartier. Get a world time. That's your dress piece and that's your Patek piece. And the rest I keep as is.
So Archie, what do you think of Bear's Archie 5? What would you keep? What would you remove? What do you think?
It's amazing. That's an amazing. The only problem is, Bear, they're expensive. They're not discount. You understand? Discount. I want
Well,
discount.
bluesy is
Bear.
expensive too. Everything you want is expensive anyway.
Yeah.
But you
Well, are
said
you
a root
telling me
beer,
the
solid
bluesy is
gold root
discount?
beer.
Are you telling me bluesy is a discount?
Bluesy's cheaper than a Pepsi.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, is it
You know what?
little bit.
One thing
Not
I like
much.
about the 40 mil, it doesn't have that noisy rotor. You know, the noisy
Well,
rotor.
keep the bluesy. Nobody says get rid of the bluesy. So, okay, keep the bluesy.
Can I keep the Speedy?
Oh, man, that is so boring, man. You know
You
what?
have to. You have like 200 videos on the damn watch. You gotta have one.
I guess so. Yeah.
Here we
Part
go.
of the
Man.
identity.
From Tanzil, $5. AC3, give us your discount Archie 5 of watches you haven't owned in the past. Let me give
You haven't owned in a past.
Okay, here we go. Let's go for starters. You know what I would be? Firstly, a Rolex Batman.
Is that a discount watch? Come on.
I don't think that's a discount watch.
Not a discount.
Okay. Here we go. We go Iconaut.
Fuck.
Iconaut.
Okay. Then
Air King. Air King.
Steel Fish, Breitling Steel Fish.
You had that. You had steel fish.
Okay.
Don't
you're
cheat.
very sharp. Okay. You know what we would do then, Bear?
Yeah, it was very specific. You have to pick 5 that you never owned, and they all have to be discount watches.
Okay, so we've got the Iconaut. That's our GMT. We're going to
Okay.
go for a Chronomat as our chronograph.
Okay.
We're going to go for a Zenith Defy as our steel stunner.
Okay.
Blue dial. They're actually quite nice.
Yeah, I don't mind that, actually.
Next piece we're going to go for is a Cartier Santos XL.
Okay.
And final piece, Bear. Final piece. You know what we're going to do for a final piece, Bear?
Mm.
How about a Tag Heuer Tourbillon?
Tourbillon. Wow.
Because they're good bang per buck.
What an interesting choice.
That is an interesting. I that surprised me.
Oh, what an interesting. I would fucking love if you get.
Now, Bear, the next super chat is interesting for him because we're submitting this Archie 5 discount as a paid review. So, Archie, read the next super chat.
AC3, if someone sent you a paid review of the discount collection, would you explode? Or would you lick their ass?
And they sent you extra. They paid you extra. They didn't go cheap.
No.
So you have no reason to kick their ass because they were cheap.
We would
strictly about the watches. Strictly about the watches.
how I feel at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Bear, let me say one thing to you, okay?
Yep.
You must always realize that. By the way, we got Kalsowitz wants to get a Zeitwerk.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's a super watch, Bear.
Yeah.
That's like getting a 5172. Same sort of. The thing is, Bear, I've always bought things on a discount. Tan was quick to make that.
Well, how would you evaluate the collection you just picked from the watches you never had? And they're all kind of discounts. So you got someone else that submitted that collection.
I probably wouldn't like it.
Are you sure?
Do you like the Defy?
What kind of person?
Get a Rolex. Get a good Rolex. You know what?
What Rolex would be a discount Rolex?
Wow. You know what, Bear? What do you think of 33 mil dates? 34 mil dates?
Oof.
Hello?
Oof.
Or the Harley Davidson Air King. You know the Harley?
Harley Davidson Air King. Wow.
No?
Yeah. Those are discount Rolex. No, you are good, man. You think fast. You have a super chat
Definitely
from-
discounts.
Tanzil, $5. Collection review for Frank V in the Peanut Gallery. Lange collection. Lange Odysseus. Lange Up Down. Lange Zeitwerk. Lange Saxonia. AC3 Thoughts. Add a Lange 1.
Yeah, add Lange 1 and you have truly amazing collection.
And you know what? I really respect people who have just stick to one brand like that. That takes a lot of willpower.
Now, is that limited only to like brands other than Rolex, or would you say it takes a lot of willpower to have a Rolex only collection?
No, Rolex only collection is easiest thing to do. It's an easy way out.
Okay,
It's
so
a lazy
Archie,
collecting.
okay, so Archie and Bear, if Rolex collection only is the easiest thing to do, what is the brand with the hardest, to keep it as a only, brand collection?
And we have to pick a decent brand, right?
Yeah, like a decent brand, not like a fucking Invicta.
Oh, Ron's talking there. Ron's saying I should get a JLC Duo meter 5196 bluesy and a Lange Saxonia thin.
There
I
you
never
go,
liked
Ron.
Saxonia.
Go to the bank. Go to the bank, Ron. HELOC, and get the fucking pieces.
Yes.
Probably. You know what? I'd have a difficulty having this IWC collection.
Oh my god, that would be so shit. Oh my god.
I really would hate. I was thinking, Tag Heuer first, but actually I could do Tag Heuer. I could enjoy Tag Heuer in certain ways. Gégé Lacoute collection would annoy me as well, but from a different perspective, it would annoy me because I despise the whole love and gaga approach toward Gégé Lacoute. It's all very annoying to me. Grand Seiko, I feel the same. It's mainly because of the fanboys, but they are good brands. You can do collecting on that. But IWC.
Could you do Breguet? Could you do Breguet, Bear?
Oh fuck yeah.
What about Vacheron?
Oh fuck yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Bear, you missed it. I don't know if you saw the show yesterday, but the amount of Breguet fans in the Peanut Gallery, I couldn't believe it. Like, it was one of the most popular watches talked about yesterday, and I didn't know.
No
that so many
kidding.
people
That
liked
makes me
Breguet.
happy, actually. To be honest with you, I love Breguet. I love Breguet very much, and not just because Type 20, which obviously Pontiff made me love. But altogether, the more I learn about Breguet, I mean, I understand soft and secondary market and everything, but it's just a beautiful brand. Great watches. I could do Breguet alone. I could.
Yeah, I think IWC would have been the hard one. Portofino, Pilot. Like, I don't know. I don't like the Engineer either. Like, I'd never owned an IWC because I don't like any other watches. Although that Burgundy Portofino, like, I like the dial of that one. The one that you had, I don't mind it,
You're talking I sold it. The one Portugueser. Fucking every time.
$2. Hardest Ulysses Nardane.
I don't know, Giro. Maybe in Russia you could have this, right? It's a big Russians love that brand.
I do like
very popular in Russia and former Soviet Union countries like Armenia and Azerbaijan and Georgia. Very popular among them. And honestly, it's not a bad watch.
No.
I visited the boutique and it's not a bad watch, good quality. However, in the West, not so much popular.
I'll take it over Hublot.
Bear, is it the same in the Balkans? Like, is that kind of a brand popular in the Balkans?
No, Balkans is all about.
Look at this. Mr. GMT, $5. Collecting just Breitling is the way that I would go to stay sexy. I kind of like Breitling.
Yeah, that's an easy one to do, actually. I agree with Mr. GMT.
I like, and I also think you could do the retro Breitlings, retro, vintagey feel to it, modern reissue sort of stuff. Super Ocean Heritage, the Navi Timer, all of that stuff is very heavy hitting, Bear.
I agree. I agree.
Very heavy hitting.
You know, I noticed that you always had a soft spot for Breitling. You never really are overly critical when it comes to Breitling,
True.
and that's been for a long time. It's you always been like that, and you know what? In some indirect way, that helps me even accept Breitling more because
Well, there,
honestly, you affect me. Like I'm not joking when I say I sold my fucking uh, red Portugueser, burgundy Portugueser, because every time Archie seen it, he made a face and he
well,
commented.
Didn't Archie coin the term "shitling"? Wasn't that a part of his?
no. He didn't call it Shitling. It was me and Clyde when he got the Breitling Super Ocean Heritage.
They
We
called
were
it shit.
we call it the Shitling.
Ooh.
Look, I saw your watch in person.
Yeah.
And actually, like in person, actually the dial looks stunning. I'm
I
on an
miss it
IWC.
now. I regret selling it, but fucking Pontiff was shitting on it all the time.
Oh, Bear, you don't have to listen to what
I
I
have to
say.
listen to you. You affect me, man.
Bear. I gotta tell you, Bear. Tell me this. Worst watch in the industry, would you build a Bersha collection?
What collection?
You know that Boucher, the watch dealer.
Oh no. That's not. I would not fuck with that.
How terminal would that be?
It's disaster.
Could you ever get your money back?
Pennies on a dollar, man. It's like probably 25 cents on a dollar.
If that, Bear.
If that. No. That's not a brand. That you avoid that. That's fucking worse than normals, for God's sake.
Tanzil, $5. AC3. Can we go shopping? Pull up the Breguet website and let's scroll.
Oh, nice.
All right, I got to tell you, my favorite Breguet is the Tradition with the small dial. It's got the retrograde second.
Traditional, yes.
20 grand,
yes,
20 grand.
Yes.
That's a
Look,
good looking piece.
Breguet is so beautiful.
I love Breguet too.
I got to be totally honest with you. I think Breguet, and you know what? I also like their Marine. You know, the Marine is their diver.
Yep.
The Marine. I think you could actually get away with the Marine. Look at
the Roman numerals are a little tacky.
You reckon tacky?
On a diver? Oof.
It's not a discount diver, but
Cartier had a diver with Roman numerals. I loved it.
Oh, Bear, you missed Archie showing us his old Cartier that he had, quartz with a moon phase. He's only owned one moon phase, and it was a Cartier.
Cool.
But look, you know, these are the Marines.
Show us a bigger picture of some of them, please.
Look, do you really? Is this tacky? Is that tacky as a
Not
Marine?
Not to me.
I think it's tacky. It's.
There you go, Mike. A diver on a leather strap.
Rubber.
Look at these. Look at this. Bear.
What about the brand Bouvet?
Oh, I hate that fucking design. They look all like a retrofit fucking pocket watches.
Yeah, I got to tell you, with Breguet, but you know what? I think the real sweet spot with Breguet is
buy 3 Breguet pieces. Let's see what you pick. Get 3 pieces brand new. You walk into boutique and you're picking 3 pieces. Go for it.
Okay, 3 pieces. So firstly, Bear, I'm going to tell you, Bear, we're not going to buy this Breguet shit new.
Oh, you got to filter high to low.
You got to buy new. You enter boutique, somebody give you the money and basically said, pick the 3 watches right here in boutique. No discounts, no bullshit, no value retention, no crap of that nature.
Oh, you can't do that, Bear. It's
insane. Done. It's being done. You got to pick
that's
it.
Insane. Okay, so you know what I would pick? How many pieces? How many?
3. Just 3. 3.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
firstly, I would go for a classy. Okay.
Beautiful. Which one? Which one? Pick one. Show us which one.
7727 seems quite nice. Look at this. That's also nice. 5157. This so many beautiful pieces here. So
that's 7147 is quite nice in the corner. That's a white enamel dial.
Can you pull that? Yeah, pull that one up. The enamel dial. That's actually really nice.
Yep, that's the one I would pick. Gorgeous.
And the price?
Look at that.
Look at that.
Show price.
That's
34,000 Australia, 31,000 Australia.
Okay, that's
for
one.
20.
We got one. Next.
Okay. Okay, the next piece there. The next piece, actually, what's wrong with this one here? This is the question, Bear. What's wrong with this piece here? Classic
Nothing is wrong with anything.
5157. Look at this. Look at this,
Yeah,
Bear.
this is the guilloche dial.
Yeah, it's even cheaper. So I'd take one of these, Bear.
No value, no value.
I think the difference, but the difference is this is the Roman numerals versus the one with the Breguet
just
numerals.
a two hands, simple, Bear. That's what they're supposed to be.
Yeah, but would you not want the Breguet numerals?
I want Breguet numerals, man.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So look, Bear, we're going to go a bit more steeper. We need to get a Type 20. They don't have a Type 20 now. There's Type 21 and Type 22.
So which one you going for, 21 or 22, and why?
I'd go for this 22 flyback chrono, split second.
Isn't 22 bigger than 21 size-wise?
Yes. Show price, Bear. Look at the price on this thing. It's not cheap anymore. 30 grand.
I love it. I love it in bracelet.
But Bear, we get it on gold. What do you think of gold? 80,000. Look at that.
Ooh, that looks good.
What do you think?
That will look so good on you, Archie.
And on a leather strap, we could get it a bit cheaper, $50,000.
Fuck the leather strap.
Fuck the leather strap.
So crazy. Ooh, I like that. Look at that.
It's not a bad watch, is it?
Not at all, man.
And you know what? If you really wanted something else, you could add a Breguet Marine as a dive watch. There you're done.
You wouldn't get a tradition? Oh, dude, it's their best line.
Yeah, I agree with you. Tradition.
There, I'm just waiting for him to say Arendelle. Not Aeronaval, but Arendelle.
Arendelle.
Arendelle. There we go. Look at this. How's this? The 7057.
That's
that.
That is small. I mean,
40 grand. You can't buy this shit new. You know this, Bear, don't you?
But would you
No,
able
but
to
you're
read
in
the
boutique
time?
and they're giving it to you for free.
No, but the dial is pretty small. I mean, look at the dial. It's hard to read the time.
That's not about that. It's a guilloche dial too.
Which one is JJ's?
He's got a rose gold one, hasn't he?
I like what he has. It's beautiful, actually.
On the topic of rose gold, Archie, you mentioned you never have owned a rose gold Patek at all?
No.
Because you've had yellow, you've had white. I don't think you've had platinum. Because yeah, your 5035 was yellow.
Rose gold. Yeah.
Rose gold is beautiful for Patek. It's a very warm tone compared to kind of the more coppery rose gold you see around in other brands.
Got to be honest with you. You've got to be very, 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 very aware of this. That rose gold, you know, I think it looks coppery. What do you think? You guys, you love rose gold?
Not all of them.
You know, different companies have different shades of rose gold. They're different.
Like
they're not the same.
The rotor on the 15500 is rose gold, and it definitely has a coppery tone. But the 5127 I had a more of a yellowish tone. It was closer to yellow gold than it was to a coppery rose.
You had a 5127?
Yeah, the rose gold 5127.
Fuck, I like that watch.
No, it was a beautiful watch. It's the one that Jin dropped at Richard Mille.
Yes. Yes.
I definitely like Rolex's Ever Rose.
Me too.
Yeah, I think that's what we're talking about, Mike, is like it's a bit more coppery than like certain roses that are closer to like yellow, basically.
Yeah, well, Ever Rose is its own little thing. You know, it's more muted and not too far one direction or the other.
Is yellow gold even coming back in fashion, Archie? Like, and guys, like, I don't know if it is or it isn't. Like,
well, I
No.
think it never went out of fashion in Hong Kong, and I was talking to a dealer about this, and he said for Pateks, he thinks yellow gold in the smaller size is always more valuable because it's a Hong Kong watch.
Jiro, what about in Europe? Like Europe and in where parts of Europe, like, is yellow fashionable? Is it not fashionable?
Well, in the Western Europe, they prefer more white gold over yellow gold or rose gold. However, for me, the dated must be yellow gold. In Russia, any gold, rose, yellow, platinum, gotta be flashy. Gotta be flashy. That's the difference in mentality.
That makes sense.
But yeah, well, by the way, what's going on between Serbia and Kosovo?
Same old shit. Same old shit. It's been like that forever, man.
It's a disaster.
No, not yet. It will be.
Kosovo are always making troubles, Arch.
I don't know. I stay out of these things because it's just trouble, and I like to stay reunited with both sides, Bear.
I think yellow gold is coming back for sure. If it even, as Archie said, if it actually went away.
Wait, did you see that? Patek said it's the same price. Yellow gold was always the cheapest, right? Then Patek said all their golds are the same. Remember they did that?
Right. And
remember that,
and
Patek?
And you can see Rolex is also, more and more people are going after the yellow gold pieces as well.
But rose gold is the most.
But Patek changed their white gold, right? Because the white gold used to be rhodium plated yellow, right? And then the new one.
No, it wasn't yellow. It wasn't yellow. It was white underneath it, but the rhodium plated. No, it was never yellow. It was just that it never had a gloster to it. So they that's quite common for white gold jewelry. They put a layer of
rhodium plated, yeah. But the new one, the gray gold.
But it's not yellow underneath. It's not yellow underneath. Okay.
But they have to replate it, right? And the gray gold, the new one, the one they sell now, if it dents or if it chips, it's still white underneath. Like they don't replate it or anything. They don't do any rhodium plating anymore.
Correct. But I think the rhodium plating actually looked better, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with you. The 5107 you had, I think had a better sheen. Yeah, like I had the white gold, I have the white gold 5196, and my 5035, which was the old rhodium plated one, I think, just the hue of it is just much nicer.
Yeah. I got to tell you, Bear. Tell me this: would you buy a Breguet dress watch, Bear?
If I am buying a dress watch, which I'm not into, I'm going to buy Patek Calatrava. I just simply, if I decide to do that, I want to go for the king of the dress watches. I'm gonna have one. I'm gonna have the best.
When is Curly coming back, Bear? Let me ask you that.
January 7th.
Okay. Now, I'm going to be doing a New Year's Eve show. Where should I be doing that? On this channel or on the dungeon? Where would you do it, Bear?
Always. You get always more viewers. You can start here. You can bring it there. I mean, you can start here, and then someone else can pick it up on the thing. But you should be on both. You should be running both.
Okay. Thank
you. If you actually plan to make some coin.
Yeah, I just don't think we've had any admins on for the dungeon to even fire one up, because obviously people will jump on and stuff like that. But holidays have been tough, I think, the past couple of weeks.
Yes, we miss Curly.
Curly said that he's taking time off for the time being, which is understandable. He's spending time with his daughter and his wife and family.
Right. Yes.
And then when he comes back, we go full steam. That's the way it is.
Beautiful.
Paul, there's something I got to tell you. You have been, you're starting your collection over again. And you know,
Yes,
you once
sir.
told me, slow down, back the truck up, slow it down. You are a
Yeah.
Patek man at heart, and you've always talked about manual wind chronographs. You never got one, and now you're dabbling back with the
No.
Explorer and the 5196. Why don't you just stop everything? Don't buy for a long time, save the money, and get the 5170. You always talked about it. You never pulled the trigger. YOLO that shit.
The voice of reason, Archie, has arrived.
Slow it down.
Yeah.
You already have
Yeah.
4 watches.
Yeah. Look, I think the thing is, right? The thing is, you got to get some enjoyment too, because I'm getting old now. I'm not young anymore. You know, I'm 50 years old, right? So for me, you know, I think I might just stop once I've covered some bases. I got to cover my bases, and then I can get something special. Okay.
I don't think you need to. I think you've already been there and you've done all that. You've had those watches. You don't need to experience it again. You need a heavy hitter, something nobody has. 5196. It's like, okay, you know, you're the beginner Patek. Okay, it's the 3 series.
It's
of
the Grand
Patek.
Classique. It's the
3
Grand Classique.
series.
You get Tan started on this, Tan.
You
Come
need
on.
to get an M3, not the 325i.
Look, I don't disagree with Kelsowitz. Like, you've owned the 5196.
Yeah.
You've owned a lot of these watches. Like, why not just get something different, something fresh?
Do I still own them or not, Tan?
Super chat from your favorite throw.
Oh, SR Bell 67. Here we go. SR Bell 67. AC, would you jack off a Saint Bernard? It won't hurt him. He will like it. For a Platona? No. No animals involved. Definitely not. No animals involved. No. I don't think it's good to hurt animals in the least. Us humans are very selfish. We're selfish and greedy fikers, you know?
Yep.
But instead of a 5196, people in the chat were saying, why not get a 6119, right? The hobnail bezel.
Yes, because it's double the price.
Yeah, but they're coming down, right? Like, those watches are starting to slowly creep down. They're not very popular. Yeah, there's a lot of them, right? It's like the 5212. Like, they're Calatravas. They're going to be plentiful. The prices are going to come down. I'm not a big fan of the white gold one, actually. I prefer the rose gold one.
White gold.
I think the white has like a slate gray dial. It's not as attractive.
Oh, I don't mind it, actually. Have you seen it in person? I
haven't seen it in person. And look, I love slate gray dials. I've owned, the 5035 I had was a slate gray, but I don't know. It just, I think the.
Tan, would you ever get a 5035 again?
If I were to get a 5035, I would go, I'd probably go rose on a 5035.
Would you get one?
Yeah, sure. I love the 5035. It's great.
Like, they're amazing.
Archibald, Maximilian says that Dan Murphy sent him.
Hey, Maximilian, I'll pick it up today. Sorry, I will pick it up today. Maximilian,
yeah.
Thank you so much. I will go and pick it up. Thank you. I apologize. I will be there. I'll go and get it, okay? Thank you, Maximilian. I got to tell you, Bear. SR Bell, $2. AC, would you give Mark G road head for a yellow gold sub C ceramic? Yellow gold sub ceramic. No. You know what? One thing I have decided to do is not do silly things for money anymore. I don't want to do things, okay?
Interesting. Didn't know why we're on here for 3 hours.
I don't want to do silly things. I don't want to hurt animals. I don't want to, I try and be very honest with myself, Bear.
Yeah, I agree, Sirocco. He definitely would.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I really think he would. Oh, sorry, you talking to me, Archie? I didn't hear. You had a question for me?
Yes, Bear. Bear, tell me this next year. How are we looking next year? What do you think? What do you think? I made a video today. I said the Rolex pre-owned fail program will fail for one reason:
100%.
margin.
100%.
What do you agree with what I said?
Yeah, I can tell you, the ADs don't know how to buy used watches. The ADs don't know how to sell used watches. They will never be able to do a better job than the people who actually have experience doing a gray market business on watches. And simple as that. They are faster to react. They're more sensitive to the price. Uh, they're more common sense than ADs. The only way I can see ADs dealing with, and they're trying that already, is to trade in your Rolex to get another Rolex. But even then, they're looking for the angle. So I'm not giving them fucking angle.
No. Would you trade anything in?
If I'm going to trade my Rolex, I'm going to trade it with my gray market dealer because I know I'm going to get a fair value. From AD, I'm not going to get that.
Here we go, Bear. We got a super chat from Tan Zeal. Pull up the AP website and scroll through the ruse. Royal Oak Offshore. Pick the one that it's winner. Kangaroo dinner. Thank you so much there. And SR Bell, $2. AC, would you unshove one gurgle for $5 million US? I don't like it. I don't see that as
for
fun.
the animals, I believe, Archie, but for Mark Goldberg, for Fotona, are you kidding me?
Now these are the offshore. Look at the offshores here. Let's view the collection. What do you think here, Bear?
Okay, let's pick one. Let's see.
That's the music edition. Let's pick that. Look at that.
I really love music edition. I really genuinely love music edition.
So there's two versions of it.
Yeah,
the
which
black
one? 37? The 37 one or the 41?
Oh, they're both 40. There's a titanium.
Yeah, I think Hoff has the titanium 43.
Can you scroll down? Let's see what else is there to pick.
They do make a 37, which I'm glad they do because these are just way too big.
You know what I like best here, Bear?
That's
the 37.
Yes, there's 37 exactly.
I like this offshore diver, the blue.
Diver,
yeah.
Mm.
What do you think of that, Bear? 26,000 Swiss francs.
What is this? They have a helium escape valve on these?
Yeah.
Who the fuck needs that fucking thing? No.
42 mil.
No, it's not it's for setting the minutes for rotating the bezel.
The bezel, the rotation.
It's inner rotating bezel.
Yeah.
We jumped the ship. I've never owned one of these, Bear. Have you owned one,
I would still pick music edition over this.
I've never owned a diver. I've never owned the chronograph. I have friends that really want the chronograph, but
I can actually relate to comment from Gero in regards to 37 millimeter. It's being that these fucking things were too big anyway. 37 probably wears like 39.
Now, what the fuck's happened with all the pushers here on these chronographs? These here, they got the big monster pushers. What the hell is this?
I will never get a chronograph in that form.
And what's these other ones here? These pushers, they're not rubber, are they?
There's different size fingers, right? Fat fingers, small fingers.
The music edition. No, Arch. The music edition reminds me of this. Tell me the watch, Jerome, the Space Invaders.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Jerome. I forgot the brand. Sorry. But the Space Invaders, I think they got inspiration. They got this inspiration from the Space Invaders. Yes.
Ron and Jerome.
Yes, exactly. If you compare them, Arch, you can just compare the music edition to the Space Invaders. They look so much the same.
but nicer. But nicer.
Tan
Good
Zeal, $5. Name a watch more than the Rue that influenced the big watch craze. I think Rue led to Richard Mille, really. What do you think? It
I
definitely
say
spawned
Roe,
Hublot.
Richard Mille.
Oh, Panerai.
Panerai was probably first,
Yeah.
actually. Panerai was probably first. Yeah.
Yes, Panerai definitely was first.
It's
Because,
actually the only watch I can relate to that's large watch.
Oh yeah, Panerai led the big watch craze.
So Arch, pick one AP.
Okay, you know
And
what, I'm going to
everybody,
pick one here.
and be after that.
Here we
Just one
go.
AP.
Here we go. I'm just loading it up now, okay?
The Rue AP. The Rue AP.
Ooh,
This is a Rue Bear.
That's fucking okay with me.
Rose gold.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's 82,000.
yeah.
Now, Bear, would you rather have this or that Breguet we were looking at?
I am not fan of AP to begin, so obviously I'm gonna go with Breguet.
Ooh, I think you'd retain your money more with AP, but wouldn't you?
The only AP I really like, is Royal Oak, just a traditional Royal Oak. That's it.
I'd probably take this over the Breguet. I love the Breguet.
It's like
but
350 gram or something.
Hey, how are you? Yep.
I can see 10 rocking this fucking watch.
Jiro Pal, you're in Moscow. Which watch are you
no.
wearing? The Breguet or this?
In Moscow, I think that the second most popular brand in Russia is AP after Rolex.
There you go.
Wow.
It's one of those beautiful Russian women. You're gonna need to be rocking an AP.
Because AP is not just a watch; it's an investment. You never lose money with AP.
That's true. That is true.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's if you're buying it at retail, you're fine.
No, but one interesting thing. I mean, Bea, you can. What if I say to you, you can get an AP 39 mil under 6,000 US dollars. Millenary AP is under 6,000 or approximately 6,000. It's an AP watch. You can take it as a dress watch for $6,000. You can never go wrong with that.
Yeah, the millinery bears the
price,
oval watch. Yeah.
That price, who would go wrong with that? Yeah.
Absolutely. But Archie would call it a dog.
Jiro, you know Archie buys the discount bargain ones. He probably would buy one.
He would. If that's given as an opportunity, he would definitely consider that.
It's a beautiful watch.
I can see Archie picking that up.
We're talking about the guy who bought like the quartz AP and the 33 mil. It's not even. I don't even think it's mid-size. I think it was lady. When the 15300 was at the 39 mil.
Yeah.
But the music edition is Wind and West, so beautiful. I mean, so quirky. It's like the Milgauss, the Rolex Milgauss, and the EP version. It's an incredible watch. Just love it.
It is. I think it's limited in time in terms of the target market, right? Like for Hoff, who's in the music industry, absolutely perfect watch, right? For the average hunter.
Hey guys, sorry about that. I had an urgent phone call. Someone asked me, should I get a 5036 white gold?
And the answer?
I said it's too expensive.
Did you tell him to get the 5035 white gold?
Yeah, no. He said it's a 5036 on a bracelet, but it's going to be over. It's double what the 5196 is. And I said, look, I'd rather just stay with the 5196.
Swinging Kangaroo super chat $2.
Swinging Kangaroo $2 at least, as long as it is not code 1159. I'm sorry.
I don't dislike code 1159.
It's just hard to tell the time. How you guys doing?
Hey, Doc. How are you?
Hey, Doc.
Oh, Doc. Oh.
How's it going, guys?
Another old schooler.
Yes, I'm in the echo chamber for you. Going back a few days. Going back a few years.
Here we go. Tanzil, $5. Pull up the code 1159 Star Wheel. The star wheel. We're going to get a star wheel. Let's get the star wheel. Code 1159. Let's get these
And
babies up. Code 11.
for a lot of the punters, like, because I know this is getting a lot of attention. This isn't the first star wheel they've made. They've made other star wheels before. They all look like, the other ones look like trash in my opinion, but this one's actually really nice.
Hey, Paul, I got to jump off, but thanks for having me on. It was
Hey,
nice
Paul
talking
Smith,
watches
thank you,
with
man.
you.
It's great to see you, man. We love to chat watches with you. That was great to see you.
Thanks for your advice. And Paul,
Yeah,
don't
man.
let me down. Don't get the hold out. Don't buy the 5196. I know you can. I know you really want the Chrono, so that's what you should go for.
I like the 5. I do love the 5196.
Don't let me down. We'll talk soon. I'll come back on in a few days.
It sounds like a song.
Now, where's the star wheel?
Take care, guys.
The star wheel.
Just go back
Take it
to
easy,
the
man.
main page. They're highlighting it on the main page. If you just go to ap.com, like, it'll be the first thing you see.
Oh, from
Just-
AP.com.
Yeah, just
You
yeah,
gotta,
no,
you
just
gotta
go,
get
just go
to
back.
the video though. You gotta get to the video because if you just
Yeah, go to the video. It's like right on their main page. That's the star wheel right there.
Oh, that's the star wheel. Shit, what is it exactly?
There's a nice article on it from 100 years ago.
If you click it, you should be able to see the video. There's a video on it. It's the Wandering Hours complication.
Oh, I see. Do you really want that?
It's a pretty cool piece. Like, it's everybody who like doesn't understand it is kind of like, do I want it? But when they actually see it, they, it kind of piques the interest.
How much does it
JJ,
cost again?
JJ is gaga over it. JJ wants it back.
Yeah.
How much is this thing?
We watched it work yesterday. It's very
Doc,
interesting.
I've already gone after one physician for like asking the price. I'm not going after two. This isn't the video. This is like a promo.
There we go.
It's a weird sort of thing. I don't know if I really want it.
No, like YouTube the video for this the code 9-star wheel. There's an actual video. Just go to YouTube. Maybe I'll find it there. I'll see if I can find
AP
it.
star wheel. What would you want this for? Look at this thing here. I don't understand this shit. Do you?
You have to learn how to tell the time with it.
How could you? I can't. I can barely tell the time as it is. I can barely read the super chats. How am I supposed to read this thing?
That's a good point.
Can't argue with that.
Archie, I put it in the private chat, the link on the video to actually see how it works.
Swinging Kangaroo, $2. Get Pepsi First Starts for the community.
I think you might like a Pepsi more.
Go to private chat. He put for you the link.
Bringing it up. I'm bringing it up now. We're switching over. I can do more than one thing at once, Bear. You know that? I can multitask.
Yeah, fantastic.
Bear,
I'm impressed.
I can do this shit. You know that? There we go. Look at this, Bear. Oh, fuck. What an interesting way to do that.
You better get your reading glasses out.
Fuck. What
I can see why would JJ and Tanzil like this. I mean,
It's
I
very
only
different.
like this I only like this version of it. They did multiple star wheels in the past, and most of them looked a little cheap. But this one actually looks all right.
Looks very unique and stands out.
It is a pretty interesting concept. Would you really want 110?
I think it's a nice novelty.
I think it's 50 grand.
Is this something that's gonna go over retail or under retail? Like, what's your perception on this?
I think there's a bit of hype on it, but I think it's going to die down. Like I said, it's not unique. This is not something new. They've done star wheels in the past. One was like a limited edition for like 125 pieces, and they had other ones, but they weren't like anything special. Swinging Kangaroo super chat.
Swinging Kangaroo super chat $5, 10. Don't get me wrong, code is very beautiful watch, but when you're talking about losing money or not, It is not an investment piece as we know it.
Swing Kangaroo, then limit yourself to about a couple dozen watches then, because that's what's gonna.
Yeah,
Literally, there's
basically,
only.
if you're going for investment piece, you're gonna have about that.
Yeah, and then
about 20 pieces.
Yeah, like Swing Kangaroo. If you've been in the game like a decade plus, half a dozen or a dozen watches, like you're just gonna get bored, man.
Yep.
Would you
I
get
think
bored
to
with that?
sorry about that.
That's almost like saying that if you don't wear watches, you should sell them. That's ridiculous.
No, but it's like if you think about it, right? Daytona, Nautilus, Royal Oak, Submariner. Like you just after you've owned these pieces, and a lot of us have owned a lot of these pieces. It's like they're cool. Don't get me wrong, but there's thousands of watches out there that you could probably find some interest in that has something cool that you may like, and
Could you ever get a Mido tan?
No.
Bear?
Mido? No, I'm not interested in Mido.
I don't want to speak for swinging, but from what I remember, he's willing to spend 10 or 20 on a watch that's not really like, the standard sort of Rolex kind of thing. But after that, he's got to be more frugal with his money.
What about something like a 50 fathoms?
Yeah, I'd get a 50 fathoms.
Yeah, I have it. So.
Right, but see, that's the thing, Mikey. Like once you've owned a Submariner for, let's say you own it for 10 years.
That's what I was queuing off of. It's like once you've had a sub, then you don't want to replace. You don't want to, repeat history. Then there's something very similar right there, 50 fathoms, and it's different but the same, almost.
I think what he's saying though is that spending 50 grand or whatever it is on 1159, you don't know if it's going to go up or down, and it's just a higher risk proposition.
I think also what Dan is saying, you can get very fucking bored if your whole life is based on buying only value retention oriented.
True,
watches.
absolutely. That's what the shitters are for.
You really would lose your fucking. It would be zero pleasure in watches. I mean, then you become like that fucking douche postal collector, honestly.
Yeah, look, it's just it's a perspective I think you get after being in the hobby for 10 years, 20 years. When you're in that time space and you've bought all the hype pieces and you've enjoyed them, and you've not lost any money. I mean, it's cool not to lose money. Don't get me wrong. Nobody, rich or poor, is going to tell you they ever want to lose money. Nobody wants to lose money. But after a while, if it's true, you're truly in the hobby because you love watches and you love horology, or you love, just the interest, even the hunt, or just the aesthetics or the dials or the movements or whatever.
I remember Archie doing review of the collection of a young, rich, really wealthy. I think he was somewhere, either Dubai or something like that. Really wealthy young man. And it consisted ultimately of all hype watches.
Well, Bear, I was watching a video today, and Tim also was doing. I think he recently released a video where he was reviewing the Overseas Gen 3. It was a rose gold piece, and I just bought the Royal Oak and stuff, and it just piqued my interest. I never really looked at the Overseas very closely, but when I saw the review and I saw the bracelet had a little bit of an extension, and how the how finished the movement was, and and everything else, and I was like, what, like, that's a really cool value. I never really looked at it that closely because I always kind of took the mentality of Swinging Kangaroo's taking of it's the Overseas, it's not going to hold as much as the Nautilus that I had, or the multiple Royal Oaks that I've had, right? But now that I look at it, I'm like, fuck, I completely overlooked this absolutely amazing watch because I literally was just going with the groupthink of everybody that spruiks it on YouTube or on the forums, right?
That's my grail. Version 3 steel blue 3-hander.
But Archie, would you ever take the Overseas over a Nautilus?
Overseas, you know what? Look, I got to be honest with you. The Overseas itself there, I love the Nautilus. Okay, the Nautilus. Heck, when can you get a Nautilus? They're so hard to get.
Okay, let's say that like I gave you a choice. I said I'm gifting you one of these two watches. You can't sell them ever. One of them's a Gen 3 overseas. One of them's a Royal Oak 15500. What would you take and why? Value retention was not a factor.
So we've got 3 watches there. We've got an AP. We've got a Patek.
Let's close the Nautilus out. I think you're not going to be able to get past the hype. So Royal Oak, 15500 or Gen 3 overseas, doesn't matter what style.
15500. That's a
great
watch.
That?
It's classic. It's iconic. It's the one to have, man. It's the one. You know what I mean? And
so the collector like that looks at history. They look at
the funny thing is, I owned a 14790, which is 36 mil. Okay, but I didn't actually like. If you compare a Nautilus to a Royal Oak, the Royal Oak is the original and it's better. You know what? As much as I hate Royal Audemars Piguets, it is such a. The problem with the Gen 3, you know what I don't like about Vacheron is the Vacheron started as a 222, became a Phoebus. They were always pretty ugly.
You got Swinging Kangaroo again, $10.
By the way, Vacheron prices are falling like a stone. Have you found that or not?
Well, we're not talking about prices. Just get Swinging Kangaroo super chat.
Swinging Kangaroo, $10. What I mean is that buy because you love it and don't really care about value dropping. But lately, people not here have been pushing code as investment piece and messed up the whole point of a nice watch.
Yeah, it's definitely not an investment piece. Like nobody should be spruiking anything.
Nobody knows what's going to be an investment.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like the Nautilus wasn't popular in the day that much, was it?
It wasn't even that popular when I bought mine. I bought mine in 2016. I paid $26.5 from David SW, brand new. The retail was like $25. Like it was barely at a premium. You know, like it was more popular than the Aquanaut, but it wasn't like fucking triple the price. And look, the bracelet. Like, I'll tell you something about the AP. The finishing on the bracelet, the finishing on the case, is far superior than the Nautilus. Far superior. The twin trigger, far superior. The movement finishing on the Patek is superior to the AP. AP does machine finish and hand finish. Patek, which is a lot more hand finishing on their movements. The Patek movement is probably more accurate than the AP movement on the 4302. But yeah, I mean, like the real gem of the AP is the case and the bracelet. Yeah, it's jewelry. Like Bear, I've been wearing it like for the past couple of days.
I think that Royal Oak AP has the most beautiful bracelet and case.
Yeah. Like, the way that the light shines off of it,
amazing.
Yeah, like I can't find anything I've ever owned that like has that feel. And my Nautilus was dull. Like it was nice, but it was like not spectacular from a case.
I have the same feeling towards the Vacheron version 3 overseas, but I agree. The Vacheron overseas only really came into its beauty in the version 3 version.
Well, you got a Geneva seal movement, right? Like that has a certain standard of finishing, which I think is probably superior to the AP's finishing. I was just very surprised at how much effort they put into the overseas Gen 3. Like I completely overlooked it, and I went with the same mentality of like, oh, it's the kind of the cheaper of the three. You could say the big 3 integrated bracelet watches, but like
also I would really love to own the new 222 re-edition. It just looks amazing to me.
That is beautiful as well.
Archie, what do you think of the 222 re-edition?
Look, I got to be honest with you. They're only doing it in precious metal. They're only doing it in gold, right?
Yep.
It's a good reason. Because the 222 was fucking ugly in two-tone, and it was fucking ugly in steel. Okay?
Yep.
And I got to be honest with you, man. I think they're trying to make it. They're trying to make that watch a fucking... They're trying to make it the 15202. Okay? They're trying to make it into this thing it's not. Okay? And that's kind of sad. Okay?
Why is that sad? And what do you mean that?
They're copying AP, man. It's just they should come
Yeah,
up
but
with their
everybody
own
copies
idea.
everybody,
What do
right?
you mean they're copying?
Everybody copies everybody. What do you mean? Like the Nautilus copied AP? Who cares? Nobody says, "Oh, the Nautilus copied AP." It's the Nautilus.
Well, why would you say that? Yeah, I don't understand. What's?
I got to be honest with you, okay? The 222, I never really liked him. People did. I thought they looked very dated. They come out.
I
with
think
a new-
that's the point.
Doesn't the 222 like resemble the jumbo a lot? Like the old jumbo?
Not
More.
really.
To be honest with you, it's more designed to kind of resemble the oyster quartz.
Okay.
What's it called? The Rolex oyster quartz. But it's unique in its own look, and I think they perfected this reedition. I think it looks amazing. It's
Would you buy one?
fuck yeah.
So expensive, 80,000, Bear. There it is on the screen. Here we go. That's what it looks like. And I mean,
I think it's fucking gorgeous.
It's a nice watch. It to me it has an oyster quartz vibe to it as well.
Tanzil, Patek copied the Tank Francais. You Fiker. Everyone copies everyone. Tim Wright invented the quick wrist watch check.
Wasn't the Patek 24? Wasn't the Patek 24 a copy?
Tan, can I tell you this honestly? When our side does it, we don't highlight it. Okay.
But was it the 24 that was the copy of the Tank Francais?
Tan, it was a gondola. Okay, it's got
Gondola,
nothing.
yeah, gondola. You're right.
Actually, no, it's not. Of course, it's a copy. Look. They copied the fucking Tank Francais. They said, "What's the #1 selling ladies' watch?" Okay, and then it was Rolex date just. Okay, not a Rolex. You can just imagine the board meeting. What's the #1 selling ladies' watch? Okay, it's date just. Okay, not a fucking date just because we're not going to copy that. Then they went to Cartier. It's the Tank Francais, right? Princess Diana had one. Everyone had one. So Patek copied that, didn't they?
Yeah, you know, I watched an interesting so on the topic of the code 1159. There was a watch reviewer who said he said you know, hey, everyone was bashing it when it first came out, and he said, well, think if you were sitting there in 1972 at Baselworld when the Royal Oak came out, right? He's like, everybody was praising. Go ahead.
If it comes up, this is the Patek versus the Tank Francais. You look at the two, the Tank Francais.
Yeah.
And then we see the Patek Philippe ladies. It's very similar. Look at that, the Patek. It's very similar to the Tank Francais. You see what I mean?
Of course.
Of course, everyone copies each other. But when our side does it, Tan, that's my photo, by the way. You see, that's my hand.
Yep.
When our side does it, and you know what? The bastards even stole that wedding ring I got there, Bear.
You got super chat from GMT.
I got to tell you, Mr. GMT, $2. Love the VC 222. Definitely sexy. And I just got something come into me now, Bear. You want to see something amazing?
Yeah.
You know, my friend Sovereign, that's my desk. He's just put the first coat of paint on it. It's never looked this good in its life.
Nice, man. Nice. Looking good. Or as Mr. GMT would say, looking sexy.
Sovereign does a nice job.
I got to tell you, did a very good job. I got to tell you guys, seriously, everyone copies. Of course they do, Tan. You're right. Yeah, they do. They do, right? It's whether they can get away with it or not. No, Tan. But seriously, I got to say this to you. The 222, that's a lot of money. $80,000. What do you think? It's a lot of money or not?
It's a lot of money, but it's
and I
it's
got to tell
actually
you,
selling over retail. It's a remarkable piece with amazing history, with amazing design, with uniqueness about it.
I have to agree with Bear and GMT. Like the 222 is a great piece. Like I don't dislike it at all. I love that watch.
I think it's VC's answer to the date. 36.
You know what I like? I like the Gen 2 of the overseas. That's my favorite VC. Bear hates him.
Why?
This is a bargain shopper.
That's fucking ridiculous.
You have a Gen 2, don't you, Tan?
Nope, I don't have any overseas. I wish I did have a Gen 3 though.
Yeah.
I thought you.
The bezel on
I'm
the
gonna
Gen
go fly
2,
up to see. I'm gonna go fly to see Bear and ask him to lend me his Gen 3 for a few days.
the bezel on the Gen 2 has 8 little tangs around it, and the bezel on the Gen 3 has 6, and it just like comes into its own. It looks wrong with 8 little like Maltese cross tips on the version 2. You look at the difference between the version 2 and the version 3 and tell me if the version 3 is just not absolutely flawless. It's perfect. The version 2, you look at it and you're like, I don't know. Just pull them both up side by side. Tell me.
There we go. Tanzil, $5. If YouTube existed in 1972, everyone would have bashed the Royal Oak. A steel piece for the price of gold,
Yeah.
and we'd all be wearing 36 mil two-tone date jars.
So
That is so fucking true.
The story, Bear.
We would be right now. I can't fucking believe they want the same money for the steel watch like gold. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Bear, the story is that people would go at Baselworld. People were going up to AP, smiling in their faces, saying, "Oh, this is great. This is great." Then they'd go around the corner and say, "These guys are going to be out of business in 6 months." When they release that, it's a true story.
Amazing.
And this is
what happened.
but look, all the fucking groupthink that goes on YouTube, and this is kind of what I was talking about Swing Kangaroo about, is when everyone just kind of spruiks the same dozen watches, like there's going to be the real gems that are going to be the future. You're not, hindsight's 2020. You're never going to know, and it's not going to be these same pieces. They're going to go out of style, or people are going to get bored with them eventually, and then there's going to be something else out there that
actually. Talking about that, I think 222 is my favorite 2022 edition.
You're joking.
Yeah, I really do.
Stud Muffin, $2. Which Swedish brand was better, Volvo or Saab? I would say Saab. I've actually driven a few Saabs. They were like the sports. They were like the BMW of the Swedes.
They're both awesome.
Yeah, I like Saab.
Subs are okay. Front wheel drive.
Sabron.
They used a Dolomite. Saabs were originally 2-stroke, Bear. Did you know that?
Hey, Tanzil, what's your favorite 2022 watch?
2022 was a horribilious, Bear.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't really liked anything really released this year. It's been, there's been a lot of dogs. You seen that fucking Moser watch that, like, I don't know, was just the ugliest Moser watch out there. Was terrible. Like, I haven't really found anything this year. I didn't like any of the Royal Oak 50th anniversary pieces. Like, fuck. Honestly, maybe that's Star Wheel, to be totally honest with you. Like,
Black Panther.
I think this year's been a dud. But Bear, I felt that way when the back row came out, because I went to the Rolex event at RDV in Toronto, and I went to both of the Pepsi release and the back row. And when I wore the back row for the first time, I was so underwhelmed. I was like, this watch should not be on a Jubilee. And maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but I think that watch should always just be on the Oyster.
Mr. GMT, by the way, guys, I'm going to pick up that wine. I'm going to have that wine. I'm going to drink that on New Year's Eve, guys. Mr. GMT, $5. Nice. I'm with Bear. Best watch for 2022. That's the way to stay sexy.
The 222. Archie was going hard. By the way, Archie's been going hard at the 222 over the. Barry, you haven't been around. He's been going hard against the 222 for the past couple of days.
For me, also the best relatively reasonable budget watch would be the Omega Aquaterra 38 millimeter, specifically the terracotta.
Yeah, it's a good piece.
Love that. And I'm gonna say from Rolex, actually from Rolex would be finally the platinum day date with the fluted bezel.
Fluted bezel. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That is a really good. That's a really good piece. Because everybody wasn't believing they were going to do that.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Bear, seriously, I'm angry. The 222. Why didn't they bring it out in steel? That's what fucking annoys me with it.
I have to agree. I would love to see it in steel as well. Definitely not two-tone, but steel would be nice.
100%. It's just the thing is, I think they wanted to keep it exclusive. And I don't like that, Bear. You know what I mean? They don't want us poor people to buy it, Bear. They don't want us poor people to have it, Bear. You realize that?
I guess so. I mean, I don't think it would be cheap either way. So it's not for poor people, regardless.
Yeah, Tanzil, $5. AC3, did it fake you off when AP brought out Royal Oaks in random metals like tantalum? You know, I nearly bought one. You know that?
Tantalum confuses me so much.
Yeah, it was
is a confusing
tantalum and
metal.
pink gold. I nearly bought it. Tantalum and pink gold.
I'd say it's pretty rare now, but you know, it's the only when I think of tantalum, Bear, the only watch I think of is the FP Journe Chronomètre Bleu.
Yeah. I seen it in the Omega Seamaster 300 in tantalum. I don't fucking get it, to be honest with you. I'm not into exotic materials anyway. I do love ceramic watches.
Super Touch
You like
GMT.
ceramic. You like ceramic.
Yeah, I do. I love the idea that watch doesn't scratch. I'm sorry, that's something I appreciate. I
What
really
about if
do.
you drop the bloody thing, Bear? Then it's faked.
The rule is this: if you are known and you have a history of breaking sapphires on your watches, you should not own ceramic. If you never ever chipped or broke your sapphire on your watch, that means you're okay.
That's a good rule.
Yeah.
That's okay. Here we go, Bear. We got a super chat from Mr. GMT. $5. Best watch under 10,000 for 2020. Would it be the Tudor Black Bay Pro?
I strongly agree with
I would
this.
give it the Breitling. Give it to Ron, the Breitling.
No, I have to say that they did a beautiful job with this GMT. I think this is one of the nicest Tudor, my favorite modern Tudor watch.
I thought it was a little fat. It's sort of like it's not a 58 size. It's more of a original black base size thickness.
They managed to hide the thickness. It's not. When you wear it, it wears really nice.
When you say thickness, hide the fitness. That's like fat people hiding. They can't hide nothing.
Exactly, Archibald. That's exactly what they managed to do. It's kind of like when a fat guy.
You mean it's a bubble back? Is that what you mean? It's got a little bit of a bubble back to it?
Yeah, you got it, buddy. Exactly.
Super chat from Tad Zeal, $5. When will Tudor rebrand their fucking name to Black Bay?
When AP changes their name to
Royal Oak.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Guys, we've been on the 3-hour mark, Bear. Tell me what your movements are. Are you back on board now?
No. I'm on vacation, as I told you. I'll be back after Serbian Christmas, which is January 7th. Russian, Serbian Christmas.
No, that's okay. We're just checking there. I
But
gotta tell you
I
guys.
will pop on whenever I can. Whenever I'm available, I will always be here because I enjoy actually being here.
Thank you,
And
Bear.
because you know the rest of us enjoy it too.
Thanks, man.
You bet.
I gotta tell you, Bear, it's been a tough year, but you know what? Next year is going to be amazing, Bear.
Let's be optimistic. Yeah.
Barry, you didn't hear. Next year, Archie's taking on Chrono 24.
Next year, what?
Archie will be taking on Chrono 24 with a new business he's coming out with.
Huh?
Now, I did call Archie a delusional fantasist for doing that. So.
Oh God, I'd love to see that.
It's. Look, I may have said a few nasty things. Can you just forgive me, Tan? Can you?
We're just
please?
having a bit of fun. We love you. We love Lux Report. We're having a bit of fun here.
Yes. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Tan, it's been an absolute honor to have you on, mate. You're a great guy. Mike the Snake, thank you. Jiro, he came on to help me. Danny. Then we've got good guys there. Doc comes on. Bear comes on. I really appreciate it.
Wasn't
I got here a little early tonight. I was supposed to come in right at the end.
That's okay. It was a good show today, and I thank you guys for coming. I'll be back tomorrow, Bear.
Nice. If I'm available, I'll be on. I don't think I'll be available tomorrow.
That's
I
okay.
think we're going out for dinner or something of that nature.
Yeah, tomorrow's a Friday.
Isn't tomorrow the party, like the New Year's party?
Yeah.
No, Saturday. I mean, tomorrow. Oh, when are you doing the New Year's Eve party, Archie?
That's tomorrow.
Oh, then I'm gonna have to jump on.
GMT, roll the new commercial, the 2023 commercial.
I can't. I'm gonna jinx myself, man. I can't.
Fucking.
I gotta do it in the new year.
That's right.
Superstitious
That's right,
Greek.
Mr. GMT.
No worries.
How's
that's
things,
okay.
boys?
Hey, not too bad there. Not too bad. Thank you for coming
That's
on
awesome.
and helping us. I'm going to be doing a show tomorrow leading up into the New Year's.
So hang on, what time are you doing your show? So all the punters know what time
I'll
you starting
start
to do
the
your show.
I'll do the normal show, and then I'm doing a
Yep.
later show. Okay.
You got super chat.
But what time is that? So we can all, get ready for it.
So
Have you
it'll
thought
be-
about it?
No, I haven't.
Are
Okay.
you actually going to wait for the new year in Brisbane?
No, it's before the lead up. The lead up. Stud Muffin, $5. The best watch to be released in 2022 is the Grand Seiko Evolution 9 GMT.
Bring it
Pull
up,
it up,
Arch. I
Arch.
have no idea.
Pull it up.
Bring it up.
Yeah, no worries. Bring
While
this
he
up.
pulls it up, Bear, how many Grand Cycles do you think Ron and the Shrink has seen this week?
Why? Stay away from Grand Seiko. That's not a watch to get, man. Just chill with that. Don't waste money.
I don't mind the white birch. I think that's okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the white birch is okay. Oh, it's this one here. It's that grey.
Every time I've considered one, I've regained my sanity.
Yankee Doodle.
Actually, to be honest with you, it's attractive watch. I'm
Yankee
not
Doodle,
going.
$2. Just finished a date with an Italian. Went great. Fantastic. Yankee Doodle.
How's JJ doing, Yankee?
Oh, gee. That hit me late, Tans. That hit me a little late, but that was good.
Everyone's getting slow at the end of the show, guys. We got GMT on the panel. Come on. Where's the energy?
Yeah, man. What's going on? Why is everyone down in the dumpsters today? What's going on?
That's exactly
Someone
it.
died and we didn't know about it.
Archie's having buyer's remorse over the bluesy. That's what's happening. Buyer's remorse.
No, I don't think so. I think he loves it.
Well, there was
I
a
need to
poll
switch.
yesterday, Bear, and the poll said buyer's remorse.
Can I
That's
see your
nice.
bluesy, Archie? Can you show us your bluesy on your wrist? So tell us the first impressions. How do you feel?
Oh, look, it's really cool. It's a great watch. It's really, really good watch.
You want the Patek, don't you?
Yeah, look, I gotta slow down and pay. I haven't paid this off yet, so I gotta slow down and take.
Are
it a
you
bit.
happy with your decision?
Yeah, it's a great.
Oh my God. How are you? I can't now.
Okay, guys.
But
I
just
love
remember,
yous
you can't wear the bluesy all the time, every day. But you can't wear the Patek every day. But you can wear the
But
bluesy
you can
every
wear
day
the
anytime
bluesy.
you want.
You can.
Anytime you
Bluesy
want to wear the bluesy, you
A
can
one
pop it
piece,
on.
yeah. Great watch.
No
One
worries,
watch
guys.
collection is the bluesy, that's for sure.
We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you
And
so
now
much.
you're a bluesy brother.
Thank you, guys. See you. Bye bye.
Stay
See you,
sexy,
Gerald.
guys.
Take it easy, fellas. Everybody hit the thumb up on the way out.
How are we doing
Exactly.
with the upvotes?
Yeah, one more super chat from Toyota Mo.
Oh, Toyota Mo, medium legend, $5. Here we go. Here we go. Medium legend, $5. Here we
I agree with Toyota on that one.
We all do. We all agree with
go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we
Gonna
go.
pull it up right now.
Stuck on here we go.
Deep down inside, AC3 knows he should have got a Pepsi. Pepsi, please.
Pepsi,
Absolutely.
please. Archie,
Absolutely.
we all agree with the medium legend Toyota Mo.
No worries, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.
When? What time?
Same time, Bear. Same time in the morning, and then we've got an afternoon show, nighttime, my time show for New Year's. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Are you doing an outro or a hard stop?
We'll just do a hard stop. See you later.
See you
See
later,
you, boys. Stay
alligator.
sexy.
Bye.
Bye, Archie.